Hey, welcome to. It seems like it's been a while. Another edition of our halftime chat R&B podcast or New Jack Swing podcast, as I might correct it. How is everyone doing this fine day?
Good evening,
All
folks.
doing good.
Good
Good
evening,
evening.
all.
Good evening.
It's been a lazy Sunday. It's been a very lazy Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, okay. I mean, today we are gonna do Basic Black's debut album, well, pretty much their only album. But before we get there, there's quite a lot of stuff happening in the news. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and people had been saying for a number of years, how come New Edition haven't been put in? Jay Z's in there, and Missy Elliott and stuff like that, and so this year, I'm sure Jimmy Jam, who is on the committee with Questlove, pulled some strings, and New Edition have gone in on their first time. And yes, they seem to be in the top four of the leaderboard. So everyone, if you have an opportunity, you can vote as many times, well, over a number of days for New Edition. They definitely need the votes because Phil Collins seems nailed on it. Strangely, the Pink and Billy Idol are high up. We've got Luther and New Edition, Mariah, and some others. So, if you can vote on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for New Edition, that would be great. Anything else, VJ? Anything?
The only thing that I would like to mention, one is the reissue of this Me Against the World, and I think this artwork is fantastic. I think this is just fantastic. You've got double vinyl. I love that. One of my favorite albums is my favorite album by Tupac Comfortably. And I didn't realize that till this week. Puff Johnson is the lead vocalist on the Me Against the World song. I didn't know that. I don't know why I didn't know that. I just found that very interesting. And the other thing is, I'm sure all of you are reading it or listening to audiobooks, etc. But this book, oh my God, I finished it in 2 days. I think a couple of weeks ago I got it, and yeah, very, very good, interesting reading. I think we all have some interesting thoughts on it. We'll discuss that when we have that conversation in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, so on the 15th of March, we are going to do a live podcast giving our thoughts on the book. And so tune in for that. By that time, we'll have all finished reading it. Colin, long time. Glad to see you. Neil, is it Neil? Out in Denmark. Definitely glad to see you. Daryl says, did I see Cut Close this weekend? Did you know they were in London?
I think Cut Close and Horace Brown yesterday. I don't know whether.
Oh, I think I saw Horace Brown in it. I didn't realize he was okay.
I think that was yesterday. Yeah.
Okay. No, I didn't see them. Okay. Derek from Minneapolis, welcome. Stevie, anything happening? I think there's some vinyls that were coming to being released. I think Tony Braxton that you were thinking about.
Yeah, it's already come out. There's always vinyls getting released now, and there's always. But it's interesting that the Riley book, because it justifies the relativity of this podcast in what we do with the New Jacks. When you get books like that coming out, we're now in the era of it's like the last era of everyone's telling the stories from the past, because after everyone's told the story in the past, that's what do you do then? You know what I mean? So we're in this very heightened period of podcasting, telling the stories, and that book, it just keeps things relevant. I'm about halfway through it, really enjoying it. Fantastic read. Even if you're not into Teddy Riley, but you're a fan of music, definitely try and download it or listen to it or something. If you don't want to bust a load of money on the book, it's very well worth it. You know, and look forward to the podcast review that we do in a few weeks. You know, and hopefully we won't hold back with what we think. You know, we don't hold back. Let's let it all out there. History. say, you know, let's get what we really think out there. It'll cause a ruckus.
Yeah. Well, just to say, Teddy has just released a video 10 minutes ago apologizing to Keith Sweat for any for a public announcement, just to say that he didn't mean any harm. Keith and I are brothers and stuff like that. So, yeah. So I'll post his video up shortly. But it is,
he knows exactly what he's doing there. He's almost done that on purpose to generate, make people go out and buy the book. He's very clever. Cause a bit of fake outrage. Cause a bit of fake outrage, and people will buy the book.
Yeah. But anyway, so I mean, yeah. So yeah. So it's just come out now. So anyway, Andrew, how have you been? What's anything happening?
I've been good. Super, I'm sure everyone's busy, but I know I'm busy. I've actually barely started the Teddy book, but obviously the countdown is on.
Okay,
I bought it, but I mean, nah, I've been just swamped. But I will say, as I was listening to the Basic Black album, because it just hit 80 degrees here in that's Fahrenheit, which is warm. After listening to Basic Black, I went and realized, wait a minute, Bruno Mars's new album just came out, I think Friday. So I listened to it, and I will say that Bruno, I never really paid attention to until 24 Karat Magic, and that was a 2016 album, which won 4 Grammys, and that's where he actually legitimately said in his thank you speech, I want to thank the 3 architects of New Jack Swing, Teddy Riley, Jamin Lewis, and LA and Face. And the fact that he said those 3 made me think, man, did he go to NGS Forever back in the day? But anyway, because those are the 3 that we named, the Trailblazer, the Magician, and the Hitmakers. But anyway, I will say the album is, honestly, to me, it was I love you, Bruno. I'm seeing you on the 10th, but it wasn't 24 Karat. It's definitely more, 24 Karat was very New Jack. Whereas this album, I think, he's going into more of a Latin thing, oh yeah, como va ritmo, that Santana thing. But it does say here in the description that New Jack Swing is one of the influences still. So I'll just say that but here's the last thing I'll say, and there's a point to this. After I went from Bruno back to Basic Black, I actually was like, man, this Basic Black stuff it's better. And for me, and to me, that's saying a lot. To compare an album from back in the day to what's hitting now, where he's doing stadium tours. And yeah, to my ears, some of the songs on Basic Black are even more timeless. So that's what's going on with me.
Okay, goodness.
It's amazing. I did have a little
okay.
That
what'd you think, Steve?
Mars, I did. It's all nice. It's all nicely done, but nothing hit me. Maybe I needed another listen.
Yeah, I didn't grab you. Yeah. The lyrics are good.
It's all nicely
done. Cha-cha to me. Yeah. That first song is sweet, but yeah, it's not 24. I listened to 24 afterwards, and everyone's a banger on that album. I actually skipped Finesse, which is I know it's terrible, right? Because Finesse is straight up New Jack Swing, but that's the only one I actually skip most of the time because I'm just so sick of it. Anyways, yeah, I got excited. All right, let me chill.
Okay. It's amazing because it doesn't seem to get the same vibe, Bruno Mars, as the 24 Karat, because that's come out and hit. I'm not hearing much from this one. Okay. Benjamin's saying he's looking forward to the DJ Soul Child album. Okay, that's interesting as well. Okay, so
what about you guys? Randy and Jim he sent this big thank you. He sent us a chat there. Thank you for making Nam. Let's get that Randy and Jim album scheduled for next month.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon. Okay. So, Basic Black. I will start with yourself, Andrew, then go to Stevie, then VJ. What did you make of this album, and what did you know about the group?
Wait, I'm going first? All right. So my history with Basic Black, and I forgot to look, but I was telling Beej, I think yesterday, actually. So again, when I was making the old website and I had the Hall of Fame and would talk about each of the groups, I remember the Basic Black album being very hard to get. Like I remember seeing it on Amazon.com for over $100 because it was that rare. And even
Wow.
any images of them were like hard to find, and the image was just super like grainy and whatever. So I say all that to say I'm actually like I was not that familiar with this album. I'll just put that, until this episode. Having said that,
Oh. Mm.
Damn. Like to me, I was actually like impressed like at how well put together the album is, especially the first like 4 or 5 songs. It's just like hit after hit after hit. And then
Yeah.
you got a special kind of fool. I mean, it was just way better than I was expecting. So to me, it's just a shame that the album didn't get more love in its day than it did, even though Whatever It Takes and oh my gosh, I'm already messing up already.
She's
Not
Mine.
She's Mine, but the other one.
Nothing But a Party.
Nothing But a Party. Those two,
Yeah.
even in Canada, man, like they were played. So but yeah, it was just hard to get a physical copy. Kind of like the Black Flames, same situation. Like it's hard to find that album, at least for me. But anyway, overall, I was very impressed. I already know what my score is for like out of 10 for the album, and it's not going to be like some of the insulting scores I've said or declined to share.
Okay, Stevie, what did you make of it? And I know you've known it for a while, so it's not like, but
Again, my memories of this album, going back to Expansion Record, Manchester, I remember the first She's Mine. It was in a blue cover, just a basic black She's Mine. There wasn't actually a picture of the band yet. And then you flipped it, and there was a mix from DJDF, The Untouchables, and they played it in the shop, and it was like, "Whoa, what is this? Oh, what is this?" So that it was just again exciting, so exciting. And then I think it felt like weeks or maybe a month later, the album drops, the import album comes in, and you get to see who they were. And you find out Gene Griffin's behind it, and you realize it's the whole Teddy Riley connection's there again. And I mean, what an album! We just realize how spoiled. Don't realize how spoiled we were back then. You know what I mean? To get an album like this, which is this should make any top 10 New Jack Swing album list. Some of the tracks, as we'll probably go through it, could be in any of the top 10 New Jack Swing tracks. Even the ballads, it's up there. I think the popularity of the group usually goes to a lead singer. We got Diesel, we got an incredible lead singer, Diesel. You put this up with the Guy album. It's on. People complain saying like a clone group. The quality's up there. Can't argue with the quality of this album.
Definitely. VJ, what about you?
For me, I think this is up there with any album, as both Andrew and Stevie have said. This is up there with any of the New Jack albums. It's so good, and I think it was the people, whoever it was that started the thing where they said that Basic Black are Guy clones. It's an absolute insult, and you're talking nonsense. I understand the comparison, but to say that they're clones, whatever. I mean, you could argue that Diesel has a more powerful voice than Aaron Hall. You could have that discussion. There's a discussion to be had there, that's for sure. And I think the production is solid. Remember, you've got Mucho and Zan on production duties with Timmy Arthur, and I think between those guys and Timmy Regisford, you've got a solid production base. So yeah, I love it. I think it's a very, very good album, and anybody that thinks they're Guy clones, shame on you, because you're missing a trick here, because this is as good as any of the Guy projects. It's a solid album, really solid album.
Yeah, so Spec was due to come in, and KB, so the two of the original members, But we couldn't get that sorted. And Mucho has been on in the past talking not just about this album, but also the well, no, he didn't talk about the 911. Well, he did talk about 911, but also he's spoken about this. But for me, I think the stories about them being a clone was probably set up by MCA and because it was like, they just left Gene, so that sense of look, yeah, they're trying to be like us. I think that's where it started, and I remember hearing that. I've said it many times that to me, this is my favorite New Jack Swing album. I don't consider the Guy debut album as a New Jack Swing album. And I think if we're thinking about New Jack, I would prefer this to the Future. I think the only difference to the Future album is that it had hits, it had videos, it was more my conscious. It was my sort of my one of my introductions to music. So it means so much more. But if I'm to go with a 10 track album, this is my by far, I think the favorite, and I think one of the best New Jack Swing albums made. I didn't listen to this and think, oh, this sounds like what Teddy would do. I saw influences that they would have, but I've heard other New Jack tracks, and I'm thinking, yeah, this is like a Timu version of Teddy Riley kind of thing. But I never thought about it from this side. And I think there are two things that I think I didn't like. The first is I have no idea what this album cover was about. Because if you compare this album cover to the Future, which was probably within a couple of months of each other, the Future looked cool, looked like, yeah, we're rock stars. I have no idea. They're dressed like Gene Griffin. This is look at how they dress. I mean, it didn't match the sounds. They made them seem older than they were, and that was just a mistake just to do that. But to me, as I said, everyone would talk. As I said, the first album to me is it's called New Jack Swing, but it was mainly an R&B album. When you think of it's a different type of album. But as I said, to me, this was one of the best, and the first 5 songs are just unbelievable. The ballads just unbelievable, and it's just a shame. Talking to T.C. Tompkins, who was the general manager of GR Productions, he said Gene he make the deals with MC, with Motown and other places, and he had no plans to promote the album. He was like, let me just siphon the money. He didn't invest in these guys, and they could have really blown up. The same way he didn't do much with today's second album, because he was like, without Teddy being there to make the sauce, he was thinking, okay, it's not going to blow up. We'll just move on. So yes, I'm excited about this album and being able to go through it.
And I also wanted to say, Ezekiel, I'm not saying that Deezo is a better vocalist than Aaron Hall. I'm just saying that there's a discussion to be had. They're both very, very powerful vocalists. If you talk about both of them in their prime, there's a discussion to be had there about the different vocal styles. There were certain things that Aaron did better, and there were certain things that Deezo did better. Both very, very strong vocalists. And I think it was around, I want to say, when did I do those interviews, Andrew? For the
I want to say 2006, because that was 2006, 2007, because that was when he was on tour with Justin, which is a whole nother conversation. So yeah, I'm like, how the hell is he singing backup for Justin when he could sing circles around him? But anyway, another conversation.
With Rob.
That was So Rob and Deezo, at that time, and I think I've mentioned this on a podcast before. They'd asked. It was 07. So we did two interviews. I did 2 interviews with them. We did 07 and 08 as well. I think 09 as well. I think there was something in 09 because
that might be the last one. Yeah, because that was cited.
The night I spoke to Diesel around that time, and they were going to be at an Elton John some birthday bash or something, and they found out that Michael Jackson had passed away there. So it was 2009, might have been the last time.
Yeah.
But around that time,
June.
Diesel and Rob and Diesel, who were members of 911, which was the continuation of this group, Basic Black, with Mucho and a guy called Slim, Marcus Vance. They had asked, Diesel had asked if I would be interested in managing them, and it wasn't something that I was looking into at the time. It was very nice to have been considered in that way. But it wasn't something I could do at the time with everything I had on. But Diesel was a friend, and I miss him as a human being, because he was a very kind person. And on one of the Justin Timberlake nights, he had this. Somebody was sharing a room with him, and this person was a very attractive lady, and I just found it interesting that it was a very rock and roll lifestyle kind of vibe I was getting from Diesel on that particular day. So Diesel was an interesting character, and definitely not a boring guy. And I miss him as a human being. Like, he was a great guy and funny as hell. So aside from the music and everything else, I knew the man. And one sentence I wanted to share that he shared, I have shared this before as well, but because this is the Basic Black episode, which we've never done before, by the way, he asked, I asked him about Aaron Hall. I was talking about Aaron Hall, and we were talking about Charlie Wilson. And I said, who do you think's a better vocalist out of these two? And he started laughing. He said, Aaron's my cousin, but Uncle Charlie is definitely the man. Like, he's above all of them. So I just thought I'd share that, because we're all here for Basic Black, and I thought that was an interesting tidbit to share. Again, if you've heard it before, my apologies.
Yeah, I think I'm sad because I started this probably a few months before he passed, so I never got the opportunity to interview him. But the more I've listened to him, not just on this album, but the 911 stuff, it's Aaron, there's Diesel, there's Big Bub, and I think there's preference. And I think one of the things that Aaron and Big Bub had were more memorable songs that were more commercialized, so they were in our psyche. And then there's Joseph Stonestreet as well, that really were powerful vocalists, and everyone would have a favorite. And Aaron will always be on the top of the list for lots of people because of the Guy album, and then he had his solo album. So we've got a lot more rich material from him. But we've got Idris. So Idris was in. Was it not ARB? Was it ARB?
Is it Idris Davidson?
Yes, there's Idris the chef. Yes, and we'll probably get you on soon, Idris. But just to think that, for me, I listen to Diesel and I think he sounds like if like more of a professional singer, the way he is, his tone, the way he pronounces things, and also just his presence, and so it's probably not fair to try and compare them, but we will have our preference as well. But anyway, the album itself, as I mentioned, it's just a pretty shame how it was just dropped out and pushed out. But yeah, we will. Okay, so guys, am I the only one that didn't like the album cover? Or what did you guys think? Because no one said anything.
No issues with the album cover. I think it's a great logo. Okay. I think I love that logo.
No, I have no issue with the logo. I'm looking at how they were dressed.
Yeah, the way they were dressed was very. It was very 89. I think. Like when I think of that album cover, I think they're wearing the shoes with like no sock, like the loafers. Like that was like any on the Heartbreak tour. So I just feel like that was just a holdover from 88, 89. And yeah, I mean, that's all I gotta say about that. But the Guy Future album, you're right, there's no comparison. Yeah, it could have been better, but I didn't hate it. It's just, it was very, very 89, very GR, you know? So
Okay.
there it is.
Okay.
I didn't like the album. I know what you mean about the picture. I haven't thought about it like that, but now that you're saying that, I would have perhaps chosen a different picture, because you mentioned 2 months apart from the Guy album, and the Guy, when you looked at that Guy the Future album, it's like it hits you in your face. It's like, whoa, look at the visuals. They're like so much color, so much energy. Whereas I feel like the picture itself was not, it didn't compare to what we were listening to on this. But I did want to share this. So this is the long box. Look at what it says on the hype sticker. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if that you can read that. Can you read that? Look at the songs on there.
She's Mine, Nothing But a Party, It's a Man's Thing, and Can We Talk? I love the mention of the third one. That's all I got to say on that.
Isn't that interesting? It's like It's a Man's Thing and Baby Can We Talk was on the hype sticker. I mean, the singles you get, but fascinating.
Yeah.
And I love
I'm
these
validated like a mother. Sorry.
There's a part of me that wonders if the album was supposed to be titled "It's a Man Thing," because in 2 songs,
Can I mention
he
some of
because in 2 songs he mentions it's a man thing. Don't Make Me Fall in Love. He says it's a man thing, and I think in I can't remember the other song now, but he mentions it's a man thing, and then they have a song called "It's a Man Thing." I thought the album was probably going to be titled "It's a Man Thing," but who knows? What were you trying to say, Stevie? Is he frozen?
Yeah, I think a little bit choppy.
Okay, Stevie is frozen. Okay, you're back. Are you still there, Stevie? Yeah, he
Always got to be this internet.
Can you hear me?
it's the gremlins.
Yes.
Okay, are you there?
I'm a backup. Can I can hear you guys, but I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Now you're back. Now you're back.
Yeah. So what were you trying to say?
Oh man.
I just wanted to mention some of the people that you got credited on this album that made up this. Hands all over it. We've got some guy called Edward Riley gets credited on programming, and then you've got the guys from ARB. Timmy Arthur does a lot on this from ARB. Does a lot of the programming on it and the drums. And that's who's with us now. And then we've got Theopolis. Chip Glass from the group Glasswork makes an appearance. So there's a lot put into this album from elements, really, you know, that made up this album, not just the actual form. But yeah, I just wanted to mention all those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So good. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. Yeah. So, Idris, Idris, I'm going to, if you check your IG, Idris, we're going to, so you can come and join us live, because Idris is, he recorded, he's rapped on Nothing But a Party, and definitely you were part of GR Production, and you knew the group and stuff. So it would be great if you come and join us live. I'm gonna, if you go into IG, Idris, then and be able to and to be able to click onto the link and stuff. Yes. All right. So let me see. Chef, I'm just trying to get him up here, and then I'll invite Idris on. So Stevie didn't think there was an issue with the outfits. The first single was Nothing But a Party. Do you remember when you listened to it and when you heard it?
Well, that was, I think that was that the second or third single?
Oh, was it? I thought that was the first one.
I think She's Mine was supposed to be, from what I read, it was She's Mine.
In fact, it
got
released twice, didn't it? It got released twice. It was on Sound of New York at front, and
Mine was
the
on-
mix sounded completely different. So that was the one that wasn't on the album. That was a completely different mix.
That was on
So
Got Records
that would have
before
got
the album.
that would have got sent to a lot of the DJs. Yeah, yeah. And then that new
Okay.
mix came, the Untouchables mix, the official mix.
Would CL Smooth doing with the intro?
So I think Nothing But Apart. I'm sure it was the third single, Nothing But. I think it was Whatever It's and then Nothing
Oh, was
But
it the
Apart,
third?
if
I thought it was maybe the
remember.
second, but
Oh wow!
okay.
I'm
I can't
surprised.
remember.
That was
that 2 and 3 singles. I can't remember.
Yeah, everyone's saying, even Richard's okay. It's mine is the first. I the first one I heard was Nothing But a Party, and at this time I was living in Nigeria, and it was massive throughout Nigeria. Nothing But a Party, and I didn't, and it became a massive staple of just listening to that, and it actually was more popular than anything that Guy had put out. It was just because it was just the upbeat, just the whole thing. So that was definitely definitely the first thing I heard. Hold on, let me see here. But anyway, so let's we'll wait for it. He'll join us shortly. But in the interim, we've got our list, and we'll be able to go through our top 10. And I, as natural, I will start and look through my list. I'm surprised our good friend M Mac isn't around today, but anyway, number 10 for me is a track that Idris is on, and it's not that I didn't like the track. I think I wasn't too cool with the message, and it felt very ironic that the person who put it together was almost the opposite of. It was pretty much he was one of the biggest drug dealers in the city, and he said, "Yeah, let's write a song telling people not to buy drugs." So stupid. It was that I was like, I'm listening to it. And I'm here. We at the Griffin Entertainment Group want to make sure kids are healthy and safe and do not do bad things. And then he's, TC Thompson says, yeah, Gene took me on a ride and he brought $200,000 on a drug, but he was just going around as a pimp and beating people with guns. And then he's put out the try. It was so, but it was one of those, self-destruction songs. When they had it, the ensemble had everyone on it. It felt fun. It felt exciting, and I didn't realize that Teddy did some. I could probably hear the keyboards and the whole thing. So it was a funky track. But as I said, when I'm hearing this, it's stupid. Line is stupid. South Africa is stupid. I think it just felt like the lyrics. Yeah. So I put it at number 10, but it was funky track.
And exactly in that vein, my number 10 is also stupid. I don't think it's. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not as strong as the others. I think this felt more like a filler than any of the other songs on the album. But it's still very good. I thought it was a great message about stopping drugs and violence. Whoever the person that's got the microphone or the tannoy speaker, the fact that it was said in the first place. But that was a lot of artists were doing that back then, talking about stopping drugs and violence. I also wanted to mention the sample. There's a sample by ESG UFO from 1981. And that is worth listening to as a track by itself. ESG UFO is the name of the song from 1981. Fantastic song. And I oddly enough, I think I prefer that more than Stupid. And I think Stevie mentioned it before as well. It's programmed by Edward Riley. So that is the connection that I see between Basic Black and Guy. Obviously, Teddy worked closely with Dizo and Mucho. Later with 911 and other things. There was the Fix remix that Dizo did, etc. But in 1990, before The Future came out, Teddy Riley is credited on a Basic Black track, and that's the connection there. Background vocals by Wanda Ramos, and yeah, that's Stupid. Great song.
Yeah.
Great album filler. Great album filler. I thought it was a very good album.
Stevie, what did you get as number 10?
I mean, this could be the only track that has actually one member of Basic Black on it. The only Daryl Deezo Adams, because if you look at the vocals, it says Deezo, William Dan Aqua, and Timmy Arthur. They were the people who sang on it. And you got the rappers, both from R on it. And then, as you said, VJ, you got Theodore Edward Riley doing the old programming.
Yeah, he's
with Walter Mutt. So, yeah, hey, I think it was a good. I like the track. It is my number 10. It ended the album. I thought, yeah, it's a message to end the album, and I think it's the perfect place to put the track.
Yeah.
It's in our charts. Is at the start. 10. It's where it should be, really.
And now a word for our sponsors.
The irony, the hypocrisy of Gene Griffin on it.
Yeah, that's the word I was trying to get. Hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, Andrew, what about you?
So at number 10 for me is a song called Nothing But a Party. Just kidding. My number 10 is actually a song that I too felt was for me, it actually, I wouldn't have put it on the album, because whether it was Self-Destruction on the West Coast or We're All in the Same Gang from the Self-Destruction on the East Coast, We're All in the Same Gang on the West Coast, and don't put this on the album. Just have it as like a one-off single, because it just didn't fit, in my opinion. It's not a bad song. I do think the message is very important, especially one of the things I missed about the New Jack era, frankly, was the fact that we were trying to do better. So by the time the Chronic comes out, it's just like B, ho, N-word, and we, right? Whereas before, we were at least trying as a culture to be like, yo, like, but wear a condom, don't have a kid out of like we were trying. So I appreciate that, but it can't compare to the rest of the album. So I do think that history was made on this podcast. All four of us are in agreement on a number. Stupid is absolutely at number 10.
Is this the first time that's happened? When all four of us have voted something exactly the same number?
Yeah, I think it is the first time we've all sort of put an album. Incredible,
man. That's worth a celebration all by itself. That's brilliant.
Okay. Moving to number 9 is a song that I think it's a song that's almost reminiscent of what Teddy would later move into when he was producing in some of his more mellowed songs, using the horns quite a bit. So I'm listening to this and I'm hearing it and I'm thinking, okay, this is what Teddy would do with Something in Common, and this word is all what he did with Patti LaBelle, and It's Now or Never. It was more of a mature track sounding that I would say, yeah, I can hear Teddy when Teddy kind of took some of that type of production. Lovely track, more mature track, and as well, I think it's hard with the credits and reading Teddy's book. It's what Gene has put down, and it's hard to understand who did what. It wouldn't surprise me if I can see Zan doing some of the production on that, and maybe Mucho, because that sound later, Teddy did use a lot of that sound. But Now or Never, lovely song. It's just that other songs I just love more. But I'm not saying Now or Never as I've kind of criticized Stupid. I'm just saying I had to find a place for it, and it's at number 9.
Yeah. All right. My number 9 is "It's a Man Thing." And
Oh.
I like the song, but I think it's a nice mid-tempo track. But I think this is one of only two songs, including "Stupid," that I do not think would have been worthy of a single. Just my thoughts. Maybe a cool remix might have spruced it up a little bit. I don't know. But Diezo's tone on this song is absolutely perfect. Oh my God. Diezo, this song cannot mess around. So it's at number 9, but Diezo, absolute killer vocals and tone from start to finish, perfection.
I want to jump in there for a second. That to me, it was giving me a little bit of Aaron, because to me, on Diezo on that track, he's literally, it's power, but it's like controlled power. Whereas I feel like Aaron's raw power, it's like Diezo has power too, but it's more polished, if you will. But anyway, I got more to say on that one. But thank you for reminding me. And then while I have the microphone, not to put you on the spot, Stevie, but I'm just gotta say, I love your haircut, man. Did you just get it done recently? It just seems very crisp. You know, I'm just showing you real love here.
Thank you.
I want to give you props.
Thank
Crisp.
you.
Yeah. All right.
DL1 was saying, is this album better than High Five's debut album?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good question.
It is.
Very good question.
I think there are 5 songs on High Five's first album is incredible, by the way. There are 5 songs on there which I think are just like top tier, and I think that I don't think it edges this album. I think the songs are more memorable because they were. I mean, I like The Way, The Kissing Game. It's arguably the most memorable New Jack Swing track ever. You have Teddy Riley and Bernard Bell on that track. You have I Just Can't Handle It on that album as well. And there's a few songs on there, but I think this album is a little bit better.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you guys think?
We definitely should do that album one day.
I would love to do that album.
I
think like there isn't any there isn't a song. The closest song to Stupid, as far as like, you know, would be probably Ragdoll maybe. But like, to me, no, I feel like the album is solid. The High Five's first album is solid. Yeah, it's a really good question. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily, I mean, me personally, just in my heart of hearts, if I was on a desert island, I had to give away one. Yeah, I like Basic Black, I do, but I would give away the Basic Black album. But that's also probably because I have more memories associated with High Five, to be fair.
Okay. Stevie, number 9 for you.
From 9 to 1, every track is it's so difficult. It's so good because I love every track now, every single track. Again, I'm listening to what you two have put both at number 9, and I could have put either track at number 9. Now on, It's a Man's Thing could have gone at number 9, but I went for It's a Man's Thing.
Oh wow!
Like you said, Diezo's vocals on this are insane. You know, and I like the subject matter of what they're singing about. It's a man's thing. It's a man's thing. It's a masculine track. It's a very masculine. You know, I like the subject matter. You know, and it should be higher, but what's in front of it? Look at all the other tracks. But number 9, It's a Man's Thing. So for me, I've got no issues with it. Yeah, could have done with another mix. Be interested to hear a remix. That could have been took off into another super level. The song title and his vocals are talking about, and you hear that song referenced in other tracks as well. I think, but I can't remember rappers who've mentioned it, but it does crop up in other songs. But anyway, number 9.
All right. So my number 9, it's a good song. Even that Give It To Me, like, it reminds me a little bit of like there's a remix. Yeah, Don't Be Afraid by Aaron Hall. He says, Give It To Me. Hey, like a couple songs. So that reminds me of that. But no, it was actually Give Your Love to Me. I know that's probably going to maybe shock some people but to me, it also represents that kind of higher BPM NJS that I'm personally not that into. Like the more like it's very met, like guh, and like R. Kelly and Public Announcements and all them. They did that style. I almost call that. I know it's my own headcanon. I call that like swing beat versus New Jack Swing. Like swing beat was a little bit faster. It was like a lot of the early Backstreet Boys and NSYNC kind of had that style of tempo. And that's not what I liked. I like more of the Don't Be Cruel, My Prerogative speed versus the even Humping Around slower, but it's faster than anyway. So Give Your Love to Running Man, like, I'm good. So anyway, that's it, number 9. And I will power through the looks of dejection, amusement.
The word you're looking for,
amongst my bros.
the word it's formulaic. It's got a very formulaic sound. Very formulaic.
That's the word.
Sound.
Yes.
That's the word.
Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Number 8 for me is normally I'm a ballad guy, and normally I'm just always put my ballads up, and but because love the swing song so much, this is sitting at number 7, which on any other album would be sacrilege. But for this album, there was no other space to put it. But Baby Can We Talk? As much as I love it, I did put a few other tracks above it. But yeah, it is strange enough because their ballads were very mature ballads. The subject matter, the tone, everything. It wasn't like it was no pump and grind of it was very mature type of ballads. And I remember interviewing Basic Black when I first started back in 2020, and they said that Gene came up with the idea of like Special Kind of Fool and those type of ballads and Zan writing. So it felt as if he was trying to go it felt like they were trying to do old school kind of R&B ballads. And then it's almost funny that then their up-tempo tracks were very new school kind of thing. But Baby Can We Talk, beautiful track. It's more mature kind of stuff. Reminds me of Happy Home by Blackstreet, more mature type of ballad. I love it. But there were 6 other tracks that I kind of loved a lot more. And so that's it at number 7. Baby Can We Talk? Yeah.
Number 7 or number 8?
Sorry, at number
8.
At number 8, yeah.
Okay. My number 8 is Now or Never. I think it's a really, really strong mid-tempo track. This is another example, I think, of Mucho not being given enough credit for his talent. I think Mucho is wildly underrated as a producer, and I think so. I'd just like to say that, and I think he's probably I won't say the best, but I'd say one of the best producers to come out of Teddy's camp. I've no doubt about that. There's so many other names, so I'm not going to say all the names, but Mucho deserves recognition for that. Lovely production. I think Dizzo kills it on the lead on Now or Never. Absolutely kills it. It's killer vocals. And it's programmed by, according to the credits, Mucho and Timmy Arthur. So I think in the case of this album, when it says programmed, I think that's code word for produced by. Just a feeling. I don't know. I've got a feeling. So I'll leave it at that.
Well, reading Teddy's book, it's I guess it's hard to tell who did what nowadays. So we trust any credits. I'm reading Teddy's book, and then I'm going back and looking at Kumo D's album, and I'm looking at all the producers like Leveva and all the guys who were out partying when Teddy was doing the music, and they all took credit. So it's hard for me to tell what that really means at the end of the day. But I'm sure Mucho, and speaking to Mucho, he did all those productions. He Gene gave him the same sample crates that Teddy was using, and so and I remember Speck saying that they and Sprague both saying that, man, they would, when during the GR production height, they would just be watching Teddy just making track after track after track, and it was just so and they're just sitting at the back watching him just creating sounds after sound. So but Mucho felt, I think, was the one who picked up quickly and had a lot more confidence. So yeah. Okay, Stevie, what's number 8?
I mean, it's interesting what you're saying about the ballads, because I do remember at the time that those ballads appealed to the soul collectors who were coming in the record shops who didn't like New Jack Swing, but they liked them free. You know, they would have bought. I was watching them saying, I don't like New Jack Swing, Stevie, but you know, those ballads. And if you was a soul collector and you was buying it from, say, 86 right up to about 1990, you remember this, going in them shops every week. There was what I call one-track albums, where you'd listen to the album and it was bad. You know, some of them soulers tried up-tempo tracks and they were a bit funky. They were a bit, trying to do cameo, and it just sounded all rigged and it sounded bad. But there'd be a killer track on the album that you'd have to spend your money on, buying £15-10 just for one track. And this track that we all seem to agree on at the top end of our charts, if that was like the one track on any of the, you'd have just bought it for this track. This is how strong it is. It's at number 8, and that is Now or Never. It's a great soul track. On any other album, it'd be him, because it's on this album.
Yeah, that's it.
And the strength of all the other tracks.
Yeah.
8, but that's the best way to describe it.
I think you summed it up perfectly.
So number
there.
8.
If it was on any
Now
other
or
album,
Never. Great track.
Yeah, definitely. Andrew, what about you?
So my number 8 is a ballad as well. So it's funny that we went with ballads in number 8 for the most part. But my ballad is actually Baby Can We Talk. And to me, it gives me a little bit of LTD's Love Train as far as like the vibe. So it's cool, but it wasn't cool enough to break my top 5. So that's why it's number 8. Nice and simple.
Okay. Yeah, as I said, I mean, as I said, I put it at number 8 as well. But any other normal day,
Damn,
it
guys,
would
that
have been
track
much higher.
really did not
Yeah,
hit
yeah,
oh, that diesel in it there. Oh.
yeah. It is. I mean, it's. I think it's almost like if you were doing a countdown with Jodeci's debut album, side A and B are 2 different types of songs, and if it was just side B with all the New Jack tracks, you'd rate it completely different. But because you've got all the ballads that became classic, it's hard then to try and mix them in. You almost would just want to just do the ballads separately. Number 7 is one. This is the. Oh, sorry. Is it number 8? Yeah, it's number 8. Number 7.
Because I was just
Number
acknowledging
7.
Derek. Sorry, it's Confunction and not LTD. My bad.
Okay.
70s. I think our
Right.
early 80s.
Number 7 for me is another song that he says it's a man thing. So there are 2 songs. So apart from the actual title track, there were 2 other songs that he used the phrase "it's a man thing." That's why I thought this probably was going to be the title of the album, but they switched it up because somebody at Motown says, "Oh goodness, we can't say that. You can't call an album it's a man thing." But "Give Your Love to Me," nice funky track. But did they release the video for this? Yes, no, they don't. Did they release a video?
I don't think so.
No, they didn't. It was Nothing But a Party, She's Mine, and Whatever It Takes. Okay, yeah, give Your Love to Me is at number 7, which is interesting because I normally love the up tempos and stuff like that, But yeah, he does say it's a man thing in there, as well as he said it in "Don't Make Me Fall in Love," and then the title track as well.
Yeah.
So at number 7 is "Give Your Love to Me."
And just like that, I feel like I might as well just read Namdi's list because my number 7 is also "Give Your Love to Me." Again, it's written by Timmy Arthur Mucho and Gene Griffin.
Okay.
So I'm reading the credits. I'm just going off the credits. Background vocals by Zan, Dizo, Lucrezia Scriven, Renee Eccles, and Timmy Arthur. Programming by Mucho. And I just want to say about "Give Your Love to Me." I think this song is so catchy. It's so catchy. Andrew, Stevie, you said formulaic, but formulas, sometimes if you got a formula that works, why would you tinker with it? Why would you mess with it? It worked. And I think catchy. Dizo again absolutely kills it. And there was something about that boy. He had an incredible instrument in his voice. And I think he absolutely nails it on "Give Your Love to Me." But alas, it only makes my number 7 because this is an album full of strong, really, really strong songs.
Yeah, definitely. We are going to, as for those who are just joining us, we are going to do a review of Teddy's autobiography. And if you start the book, it says he's does he say forwarded or appreciates dedicated to Gene Griffin? And then you read half the book and it's like, yeah, Gene stole my money. He took my credit. He beat us up. I don't. It's like, wait a minute.
Context
I have to go back to the beginning. Like, who's he dedicated?
You have to get, the thing is, when you get to the end of the book, you'll understand why.
Okay.
There is logic to the madness.
Yeah,
I think, he's trying to get all of the bad stuff out of the way.
Yeah,
there was a lot apparently.
And I'm saying this more so just because I'm saying this more so for the fact that you're reading the credits and Gene's name is in the credits. I'm like, oh,
it's always there. Gene is everywhere, man. Gene was everywhere, man.
He's always there. Yeah. Go ahead, Stevie.
I'm getting slightly concerned that I think BJ's reading his chart from the wrong list. I think he's reading my chart out here because we've had identical tracks from 10 all the way to 7. 10 all. I've got a feeling it'll change after this, but from I've got "Give Your Love to Me." That it's a fantastic formulaic swing beat track. Give your love to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. A bit of MC Hammer there, but yeah. Number 7 for me. I like the track. It's very formulaic. But I listen to it a lot. I do enjoy this track.
Yeah.
Not to get my top 5, but it's a solid album track for me.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's it. I think it's a solid album track. Solid. I think it could have been a single. I do think it could have been a single.
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
I think so. With some remixes, I think it would have been brilliant.
So there was a 4th single on this album. Don't remember as well. There's a big house mix we'll get into later as well. I sang with Dizo. Wow. And Justin's tour. Remain friends with him. Wow. Thanks for sharing that, Mr. Brindis to Brooklyn or Miss, whoever Miss or Mister.
That last sentence there that you've put, Brindis from Brooklyn, he deserved better. There's a lot to be said there. I don't think this is the platform for that, but Dizo deserved a lot better. He was, I should stop. I'm going to stop talking.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I wonder if Gene took all the money from this album as well.
Okay.
I wasn't sure I heard that, but in any event, I'll go ahead. So I'm definitely, I think, and it's going to be progressively worse as we get to the top. I am the odd man out. I know that the other 3 actually do all watch sports. I don't. And I think that my choices are, wow, they're different. So I'm just going to brace myself. This next one could be considered blasphemous. My number 7 is actually it's She's Mine. And I think the reason why is because actually, Stevie, you put words to my thinking. And that is that na 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 da 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 da. It's just it's formula. And it's like, so for me, it's like, and the other 2 songs that they're known for don't have that formulaic vibe to them. So it's formula, generic, whatever you want to call it. It's dope. Don't get me wrong. CL Smooth. Oh, one thing I will say, I feel like there's DNA to Johnny's "Rub You the Right Way" remix that Eddie F did in "She's Mine." You hear. If I was a DJ, I would totally blend them two. Like they're made for each other.
Can I share something about that exact point just now? It samples Johnny Gill "Rub You the Right Way" JG classic.
There you go. So but I will also say again, the album is dope. So don't get me wrong. Even though it's a number 7, it doesn't mean I don't think it's a dope song, because it is. But there's other songs that I think are ahead of it, which I'm sure y'all are gonna be like, "What, really?" But we'll find out.
Okay.
I think it was also based. The song was possibly based on My Fantasy. She's Mine, My Guy, My Fantasy. It's the same kind of.
I totally hear it. Yes.
Yeah.
She's Mine. Do you know when we interviewed D. Levant, and he talked about making a Poison remix with Lil Silas Jr. And he says, Lil says, we need some box, the dog box. And then, is it She's Mine? He says, woof. Woof. And so I remember D. Levant says, he just wanted to woof in there. Like, this is so it's like, it just woof. Let's just make it hard and stuff. So, that's, if you ever see D. Levant talking about that, doing the remix and stuff like that. And so when I'm listening to She's Mine, I hear the woof at the bark, and I remember that. Number 6 for me is the Gap Band song, the funky song. It has this line, and it does give you the Aaron vibe, but it took a while to grow on me, but it's a really funky track. And it was different than everything else on the album. But I think it was setting it up because they had used the phrase in 2 different tracks. So when I'm actually hearing it, it just sounds the funkiness of it, and it just sounds somewhat different. And it's a man thing. It feels bold and empowered, to sing and talk about that. It almost reminded me of Alexander O'Neill's doing, criticize that kind of. I'm a big man. It felt like authority, and it's very rare. So, but it was very, very different. So the production was really interesting. So felt like a Minnesota type of Minneapolis, type of funky stuff. And so I had to appreciate that for that. So it's a man thing at number 6.
Nice.
Oh, great choice. Way sum that up. Really like the way you sum that up, actually.
Yeah, thanks. Go ahead, Reed.
DL's asked a couple of questions. How did Teddy get so good at production? And did any of his production producers that came through his camp become successful? In Teddy's book, there's a lot of information about how he developed his production sound. I think it's just practice. And all of the producers that came through Teddy's camp had relative success. Some were more successful than others, but every single one of them had success, no doubt about it. My number 6 was sampled by Megan Thee Stallion on a song called Flip Flop in 2022. The way this song sounds on that and the way it starts in the intro, killer. Oh my God. I'm not keen on the rest of the Megan Thee Stallion song, but I'll leave it at that. The intro with this, brilliant. My number 6 is Baby Can We Talk? Background vocals, Dizo and Zan. I think this is a fantastic ballad. This is everything I believe that a ballad should have been. and was in the late 80s and early 90s, I believe this would have done very, very well as a single.
Yeah,
I like this a lot. I like it a lot. Yeah, I like this a lot.
so we've got Mucho in the house. We've got Mucho in the house. I'm gonna see if Mucho is able to, because we've been trying to get Idris on, but it seems to not be able to get through. But I'm gonna see if Mucho is able to join us. Mucho, I'm gonna send you the link, and if you are able to join, click in and just say hello. That would be awesome. Because yes, we have to give you props for that. Okay. Do you know a fun fact, or would have sound fun fact? For many years, the Basic Black album was just it was one of those albums where Motown didn't do any copyright stuff. It was almost like, yeah, anyone can use it. And then when Megan sampled it, the guys went and says, yeah, we need to own our publishing. And they went and got their publishing and stuff sorted on the album. And so now, and they got it I don't know what they did, but it's actually now set up where it's if you do play it, it is they're getting those credits and stuff royalty for that album. So salute to them. But it was, if Megan hadn't tried to sample that, I don't think they would have thought about it. So yeah. Stevie, what's number 6 for you?
So I'm sure you're reading from my list, VJ. Number
That's
6.
the last one. I don't think there's any more. Everything's different from now. Your top 5 is all wrong. I'll tell you that from now. Your 6 is right.
Fair play. I've gone with Baby Can We Talk, which kills me. It kills me that it's not in the top 5 because it falls me absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Floors me, this track. Again, I
Such
can just
a good
feel
song,
him,
man.
just to feel the depth, soul on this track. Oh,
Yeah,
the heavy
exactly
soul,
the same.
heavy
I'm with you,
R&B
man.
track.
I am
It's
with you.
just, it's a number
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
When you're in desperation to get a woman back on your side, it's like this is the song. You got to pull her. You talk to her to get into her head, to get around. Otherwise, she's gone. This track, you know what I mean? That is this track, and Dio really, really goes in on it.
Baby, can we?
Mr. Andrew Knight.
Talk? Yeah.
All right, I can't wait to get to the top 5 because when we get to the top 5, I'm actually going to talk with like real passion and like defend my choices. But number 6 is the last song I would refer to as even having a hint of that kind of formulaic vibe. Everything else is just, for me, stands on its own. I like the beat. I like the keyboards. And I think it could have been a single. And that song is Don't Make Me Fall in Love. I just like that. Like, I just like that. I like it. It's like, it reminds me of like, kind of like a BBD type, like What's on Your Mind, the original version, that vibe. So yeah, but that's it. But now I'm excited to talk about the final 5 tonight.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Down to the top 5. Really. Yeah. Really tough one for me here. And I don't know. I think actually, in the one that's on the album, which was the once they decided to reissue it, and I think I remember what they, and I can't remember who said this, is that initially they had done their original stuff, and then when it started picking up traction, and I think this is probably with T.C. Thompson, they needed to get I don't know if it's to get the remix or of stuff, and that's when they hired Eddie F. And I don't know if Eddie was already working at Motown at this time, but She's Mine. And I for the longest time I really only remember the original version, but there's something about how CL delivers a rap that is just so classy with it as he's talking, and it was a lot of the woof throughout the track. But this sounded more of a Guy Aaron Hall type of suit. When I take you home tonight, I wanna. No, I can't. So when he starts it off, it gave me that Guy type of intro when Diesel starts it off. But I think I love the breakdown. If you see the video when Mucho and Spec they leave their keyboards and they start to do their little kid and play stance and stuff like that. And Diesel then starts to dance at the end when the girl comes. And it's a fun video. And it just makes them look really good. And I think for those who don't know, Basic Black were the band for Today. So they were hired to Today are singing, and they were the band. And Diesel was always was their tech, was not part of Basic Black. It was the guys were musicians. And Gene knew that Diesel could sing. Rumor has it that Diesel was put on reserve because the worry is that if Aaron was getting more like I wanted to go solo and stuff, and he threatened, "Look, I'm going to replace you with Diesel," and kind of thing. And then after the albums were released, he then says, well, let's put these guys together, and it was just the chemistry. Diesel was powerhouse singer, and he had a band who could actually play and deliver, and you see it in the videos. They're always playing and stuff like that. So she's mine.
I actually read they were called the Basic Black Band, and then they chopped off band off, and it became Basic Black. So anyways, wanted to throw that out there because I think what you said made a lot of sense.
Yeah. Okay, Vij.
What number are we on?
Number 5.
Number 5. My number 5 is it's a ballad. It's the only ballad left now. Special Kind of Fool is my number 5. It was covered by two groups. It was covered in 2 songs: Deep Threat, Special Kind of Fool in 2002. Fantastic cover. Also, Danny Boy had something on a recent Death Row compilation called Special Kind of Fool. I think this was recorded before. Both are very, very, very good, but the Basic Black version is king. And I just wanted to say, with this ballad, the way it sounds, I just wanted to say, Diesel, wherever you are, man, take a bow, son, because you absolutely nailed it on this. Background vocals by Diesel, absolute killer. But unfortunately, Special Kind of Fool just gets to number 5. I can't. There's some other tracks I had to put ahead of it.
So we are joined by a special guest, Mucho. Mucho, producer extraordinaire. It is an honor to see you, Mucho. How have you been?
I'm good, brother. How about y'all?
We're doing great. So guys, if you know where Mucho is, one of the primary producers, and he one of the members of Basic Black when it started. Also started 911 with Diesel and Rob, and after the GOP split, Mucho eventually ended up in Virginia Beach, and he was one of Teddy's actually principal producers. Judy's got a baby?
Judy's got a boyfriend.
Judy's got a boyfriend. Yeah. He did with Riff. Yeah, did My Love. He did the Black Street. He did so many stuff. But anyway, how have you been?
I'm good, brother. How about y'all?
Yes. Let me introduce you to. I'm sure you know VJ.
Yeah, I know everybody. else.
Stevie and Andrew.
Oh yeah, I've been keeping in touch with everybody on this platform right here.
Oh, that's great.
And Mucho, just thank you, man, for creating the music that you have. Like your ears, like the Cut Close Surrender remix. Dude, what was that? Incredible! Like, Amy's just mentioned Judy's got a boyfriend. All of the stuff you did with MC Light, etc. All of that stuff.
Oh yeah, Roughneck.
Yeah.
So
How about
yeah.
did y'all like the '90s girl remix with the Sherilyn up behind it?
Beyond Comics, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, it's like I'm still getting emails from people from Canada, and they're like, "Do you remember this song?" And I'm like, "Wow!" So it's a lot of music out there. I forgot I did that. You know that's still coming to my attention. But I appreciate y'all. Keeping it alive, man. I appreciate y'all more than you know than anything.
Yeah, you know what? You know that the story about Roughneck. It's getting viral, and I think Pebbles got slammed a lot by that bit because there's stuff like that. But it was interesting just to hear the whole story
Oh,
behind it,
about the left eye
the
verse.
left eye version
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff. So
Did you hear when I mixed it in on the? Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, we could hear. Um, but tonight is about this basic black album, which, as I said, we've all credited as an amazing album. To me, it's my favorite New Jack Swing album.
Oh man, I appreciate
Uh,
it.
and as I said, it is an amazing production. What was it? I mean, okay, I think we can start off with "Stupid" because Teddy's credited as on that song. How did he get? What was his involvement on that track?
Teddy and Zan did the original version, and that was it's supposed to be on Zan the Man album.
Oh,
So by the time Teddy and Gene split, we moved back to Georgia, and Zan moved back to Georgia too. So Zan didn't want the song on his album, so Gene played it for us, and we ended up cutting it with ARB,
mm.
uh, and that's how it happened. But Zan was actually the producer behind the original version, him and Teddy. And then when they split, Gene couldn't get the file, so we had to redo it in Atlanta.
Okay, that kind of makes sense. Okay, um, I don't know if you know this because what was that today's song that was on House Party 2, guys?
Why get funky on me?
Yeah,
Funky on me.
did Teddy have anything to do with that track?
Yes, yeah, same deal. It was done before the split.
I said it.
When Gene moved back to Georgia, it was a few songs he wanted us to redo. So, you know.
I knew it.
Which one?
Yeah, it's a man things too. It's a man's thing. That was one of them.
Whoa. Teddy did it to man thing too.
Teddy did the original, but we had to redo everything over because Gene couldn't get his hands on the files.
Ah, see, I knew why to get funky on me was a Teddy track.
Oh yeah.
What songs? What music that you created were you most proud of?
Probably right. That's released. Probably MC Light. That's what most proud of that one. And I really love the song we did on the Nothing to Lose soundtrack.
Yes, in the magazine.
Yeah, magazine. I really love that one. Teddy did the beat. They had the beat for probably 2 weeks, and Jimmy Iovine told Teddy he needed a song for the soundtrack, so they had the beat and they couldn't write to it. That's when me and Teddy go back and forth. We got mad at each other. I went back to Atlanta for a spell. Then he called me to make up. He like, we got this beat we can't write to, so I go back to Virginia Beach, listen to it in B room. And then, I said, all right, give me 10 minutes. And end up writing it. Me and Diesel and I think Chauncey had a little bit to do with it. And so, but once I got the melody going, they couldn't find a melody for it. But once I got the melody going for it, then, Diesel ended up lacing it.
Yeah, I guess people don't give you credit for your writing, the actual songwriting. I think most people just think, okay, you did your producer best, but not really the songwriting part.
Oh yeah, I do a lot of writing. A lot of the basic black stuff I wrote. If it wasn't written by me, it was written by either Timmy or Arthur, a dude we call Artie, or either Zan.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
I'm also seeing a credit for a song called "All About You" by
Pretty
Pretty
in
in Pink.
Pink,
They play that a lot. They
pretty,
play that a lot
and
on the
you
West
know the
Coast.
thing about that song,
What's
it's
up?
the same deal. We had
It
to
was.
redo
Oh, so who did the
it.
original one? Teddy?
Original was Teddy.
Man,
Wow,
just the
that's
great
great.
Yeah,
stuff Teddy was doing.
yeah. But
Ah,
his
Yeah.
name should be on that one too. I don't know if
no,
Gene
he's not.
got mad at him and took it off.
It's got Timmy Arthur and yourself,
Did,
Walter,
but
on
did he
here
put
for producers. But I'm looking at
He's
his
it.
not
Gene
present.
name on there?
Gene's name is definitely
How
Yes.
about is Teddy name on there?
No,
Oh, so
it's
Yes.
he
Teddy.
No,
replaced
No,
Tammy's on
Gene
Teddy's
there
name.
too.
replaced Teddy
Tammy.
name with his name.
Kidding. Oh goodness. Yeah, I'm glad you clarified um, that today's song, "Why You Get Funky on Me," because I've
Mm.
always from day one thought that sounded so Teddy, but his name was not on any credits, and
Oh yeah, that's him.
wow, goodness gracious. Um, but for yourself then, the Basic Black album, what did you think it was going to be bigger than after it was completed? When you listen to it, do you think, man, this is going to be? What did you think?
I thought we was gonna do at least gold, and then like after the second album, I think we would have came more familiar, and it would have kept selling to eventually go platinum. But the second album never happened.
Did you start working on the second album?
Yeah, we had started, and so Gene had called us in a meeting. He was like, "All right, Motown wants y'all to do the second album." And we were like, "We haven't got money from the first one." So so I mean, he was like, "Well, you know what, Motown don't want you. He don't want you, because I asked about the money." So he asked me to step out in the hall. I said, "Cool, let's go." So we stepped out in the hall, and the tone changed. You're like, "Man, why you tripping?" I mean, and plus, I kind of like had a Tupac situation where I had anything I wanted, but nothing was in my name.
Oh,
I had a Benz. Me and Divine Stevens had the only two European Benz around Atlanta at the time. I mean, there was European models. So Divine had a gold one, I had a gray one, and I had a condo. I didn't have to go shopping for clothes, but I stepped up for the fellas. They still don't give me credit for that. I still could have been, living like that for a minute. But I'm like, no, we want to get some royalties from the first album before we do the second one. And so
wow.
that end up, Gene made a few excuses and tried to break us up. So we all became as one, and we said, no, we can't do the second album unless we get some money from the first one.
Wow. Did you record anything before? Did you do any recordings for the second, or did you?
We did a song called "No More Mr. Nice Guy," and that's when Diesel wanted to go at Aaron for some reason. If the song was called "No More Mr. Nice Guy," but it was directed towards Guy. And then we did a second song called "Give Love a Chance," and that's when like after the meeting, everything fell through.
Where is those two songs? Do you have copies of it?
Spec got a version of like a cassette version of them, so the quality of them is not too good.
Oh goodness.
But I could try to get a copy of them too.
Yeah. What did you make of the comparison with Diesel and Aaron? Did you have a preference? I mean, I know Diesel's a friend and stuff, but did you think at any time that they were at the same level, or did you think one
Oh
was?
yeah, when back in the like 88, 89, early 90s, 88, 89, when we moved to New York, we used to go to the SIR
He's frozen. Is it? Oh, he's frozen. Hopefully he'll come back. Is it just me? Because everyone's
No,
okay.
he's frozen. I guess while we're waiting too, like I'm wondering, like what his if he had to give his top 5 tracks, what would they be? You know, just curious. That's one question.
Yeah, and Stevie, are you there?
Stevie's
Again,
there.
your connection's in and out. I think because you've connected with Walter and it's affected my connection. I don't know what's going on. Well, I should be back now.
Okay, because every time a guest,
yeah.
Oh, because every time a guest comes in, Stevie,
yeah.
Wow, because Stevie always goes quiet when a guest comes in, so I'm not sure if it's like he's just listening or not.
The connection, I can't hear. I didn't hear any of that.
Oh, he didn't hear.
So all I got was Teddy seemed to.
Yeah, so he confirmed that Teddy. Yeah, so he confirmed that Teddy produced "Why You Want to Get Funky on Me."
Yeah,
and then
crazy.
And then then they had to reproduce it because they Teddy had the files. Okay. What did you make of what Mucha said, guys?
Cool. I loved it. I mean, to me, it's almost like when you're hearing from the people who were there or who actually made the history, I'm just like all ears about just everything. And but it is interesting that there is a common thread. Like there's just so much stuff that Teddy did that just kind of got kind of redone, and then it ended up being like a single. You know, like it's interesting.
Yeah.
You know. But,
yeah, and I would have.
But the money thing too. I'm sorry. That's the other thing, man. That is just so frustrating to know there's so much like cheating, I guess, going on in the industry. Like, you know, it's just so not cool. That's my other thought. Sorry.
No, I would have said to Mucho, if I can think of, you know, when we used to go out back in the day and you're here, there, or wherever. There's one song I heard when I was in a nightclub in Bangkok years ago, and my brain could not comprehend that this song was being played there, and everybody lost their shit. And I just wasn't expecting that. And that was the song that Mucho just mentioned, MC Light's Roughneck.
Oh, sorry about that, fellas. my berry had died.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yes,
Stevie,
Scotland. No, I'll be out in a minute.
Stevie, do you want to say anything?
What was I talking about when I got cut off?
I'd just like to reiterate what were your top 5 tracks?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Stevie, you were talking about Deezer versus Aaron because.
Yeah. Back in the late '80s and early '90s, late '80s, Aaron was a beast. And so they
what are your
sound.
Top 5 tracks from the Basic Black album?
Top 5.
Yeah, but you can answer that after you do the Aaron Ted Diesel. Then you can answer that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Aaron was a beast back in the late '80s and the early '90s. So, when we first heard Diesel, we like couldn't tell them apart. But once we start, we moved together and started working together, I could hear the difference in them. Darryl had a higher range and it was a lot powerful. Not too much powerful than Aaron in the '80s, but he was more powerful than Aaron. But and they was kind of Diesel is kind of like a chameleon. He can sound like anybody, but that was his. That was closer to his natural tone. Aaron Hall or Charlie Wilson. So Diesel, the reason why he sounded like more like Aaron because he was in a group with Aaron before Guy. They was in a group. You remember the group called? You remember Jamaica Boys?
Yeah.
Okay, the lead singer of Jamaica Boys was Dinky Bingham. Yeah. That was Guy, musical director back in the day. So Dinky, Aaron, and Diesel was in a group together.
Wow.
So if you listen to Dinky, it's like those three sound alike. If you listen to what was the song called? Shake It Up or something Jamaica Boys had.
Pick it up. Yeah.
If you listen to that song again and listen to Dinky sing, those three was in a group together. So they would have been untouchable. Like back in the late 80s and early 90s.
Wow.
So
That
yeah,
sounds,
so
that sounds incredible. The idea
yeah.
that those three were in the same group. That's just wow.
Oh yeah. Aaron and Diesel was in the same group for a minute.
Wow. The question Stevie asked was on the Basic Black album, what would have been your top 5 songs?
She's Mine, Nothing But a Party, Now Never,
No.
and one of y'all had mentioned the one Give Love a Chance. Did somebody mention that?
Yeah,
Is that 4?
that's 4 so far. Yeah.
And Baby, Can We Talk? We didn't we couldn't stand Special Kind of Food when we but it was probably the most requested song we ever did. We was like,
Wow.
wow, yeah. Everywhere we did a show and people started, y'all gonna do a Special Kind of Food? But we never rehearsed it. So like right before the split up started, we started rehearsing Special Kind of Food.
Yeah. What about your favorite songs from the 911 project that you guys did?
Ooh, 911, Cutie was my favorite. That was my baby. The one that I did the Dre thing off. Spend Some Time.
Spend some
Y'all
time.
familiar with that one?
Yeah, yeah.
That one. The one with James Brown sample. Well.
Oh, what was that?
Is that Misery? Not Misery. That's
Not Misery.
Talk to me. I got what you need. Look, all I want, rescue.
Rescue Me.
Rescue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rescue Me.
On Guy.
And
Guy
Well,
3.
oh
Guy
yeah, I
3
forgot.
did it.
Oh, but that was
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Dave
picked
did it.
that album apart once he didn't want to put it out. Rescue Me and we did one with another James Brown sample in it. Was it The Big Payback?
Edge of the World? Was it Edge of the World?
Nah. That was my 5th one, but it's one before that. That Slim started it off. Oh my goodness! I can't believe I can't remember the name of it.
You had the Say It Again, which was the Isley track.
Say It Again. We did that one actually last, so that was Teddy idea for us to do the Isley Brother joint. Was it no? Oh, it had on the tip of my tongue. I think of it in a few minutes. But yeah. But it was so many. It was hard for me to pick from the 911 album like I did from the Basic Black because we had more control of that one. Like
Yeah.
Teddy went to Trinidad to work on Guy 3, and he left us the studio in Virginia Beach to do a 911. And so when they came back for Christmas break, we had 10 songs and they had 2. He was like, wow. He was like, man, we never left the studio. We had engineer Spragg stayed at the studio, so we didn't have to worry about calling no engineer in. So we recorded around the clock.
I think you and Spragg would have been a killer combo at that time. Like,
Oh yeah, that's my homeboy. I brought him to Virginia Beach with me. Me and Spragg is actually from Columbus, Georgia, with me. So yeah.
serious talent, man.
Oh yeah.
And I was saying this before you came on, like you know how you when you're out and about and you're clubbing back in the day and you hear a song, one of your songs played at a club in Bangkok. I was at a nightclub in Bangkok, and everybody lost their shit, man. And it was beautiful.
Oh, for real?
And it was MC Light's Roughneck, which you just
for real?
And I remember that feeling because I'm in a place, they're playing all pop songs and like just general stuff, right? Like the Spice Girls or something. And then Roughneck comes on and there was no context to what was coming on before and everybody lost their shit. It was beautiful, man.
That's crazy. Yeah, we I was hoping we could keep Left Eye on that song Cause with Left Eye, we was thinking of the pop charts. We like, man, we can hit the pop charts with Left Eye on there. And then like when Teddy called me in there, like, yo, we gotta take Left Eye off. I like, why? He was like, Pebbles want 80%. I'm like, what? He was
Yeah,
like, yeah.
that's a
Man,
shame. That really is a shame, because I think that would have been it would have elevated the song just a little bit. Taken.
oh yeah. Yeah, that was my first heartbreak. The second one was when we was at Larrabee working on the Adams Family Values 2
Oh yeah, the Michael
soundtrack.
Jackson.
Yeah, the first night we in there with Mike. I met Mike. Second night, they come in there tell us they taking Mike off the soundtrack. I was like, wow.
Wow.
What song were you working on? Was it Family Thing?
Oh, he's frozen again.
He's frozen again.
The gremlins are in full
Yeah.
effect today.
Wow. Okay.
The internet gremlin.
Yeah. The hopefully come back. Even Stevie's disappeared.
Yeah.
I don't.
Having a rough
Yeah,
go.
I don't understand what's happening. But it is interesting just to be able to hear some of those back behind the scenes stories, um, especially thinking about how much stuff Teddy did that he didn't get credit for. He says it's a man thing, it's a Teddy track. I mean,
Wow.
it's a, not just stupid, but it's a man thing. And what other song did he say? Yeah, just to think about how much other stuff that he would have done without getting his credit. But okay.
Yeah.
Pretty in Pink was another one which was interesting.
Yeah, he said he did that as well. Okay.
All about
I
you.
got
Yep.
Juice. I don't know what's wrong with it now.
Okay.
My video. Okay, there it go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that,
Good old
fella.
cell phone, I think.
What were you saying?
I was just saying, just interesting experience. Like I heard that song where I heard it. It was in It was in a nightclub in Bangkok, and just the
Wow.
weirdest thing. And yeah, it's nice to hear a song that you really want to hear. Because I was listening to it was horrible music up until that point. Then I heard it. I'm like, I'm set, man. I can go home now. I don't need any more songs. I'm good.
Did you lose it too?
Oh, I absolutely lost it. I absolutely. Fantastic song. What a song.
But when we think about what MC Light did with Donnell Jones, so you realize that took the song to another level. So you imagine if MC Light was, T-Buzz, sorry, not T-Buzz, Left Eye was on that track,
Left Eye.
how much it would have, it would have been. Any idea why Teddy didn't work on the History album?
No, for Mike.
Yeah, because he did so well with Dangerous, and I'm surprised.
I don't know. I know. I know. Teddy probably think Mike was petty, but I doubt if he was petty because I know Teddy. I know Mike had paid Teddy advance for one remix, and I don't know if he thought Mike was gonna bring that up or anything, but Mike paid him an advance for like a big advance for a remix, and he told Teddy, "Don't worry about it." The remix didn't end up happening, I think, because of scheduling. So, Mike would call the studio, and Teddy be like, "Tell him I'm not here." Tell him, I'm like, "Wow, Michael Jackson, tell him you not here." I was like, "Wow." I like that would be the last person in the world I'll be like, tell him I'm not here. So Teddy probably thought he wanted to talk. What about the remix I paid you for already? That's the only thing I could think about. He was dodging a few of Mike's phone calls, so I was sitting up there wondering why.
And you know that you said that you stopped working with Michael Jackson because he was cut off that album. Were you working on the song "Family Thing," which was the original vocals, the demo were cut by Chauncey? So there was a version with Chauncey, but there's a Family Thing. Was that the Michael Jackson track?
Yeah, that was one of the two me and Teddy had started working on. That was one of them. I mean, we got out there in California. We rode out to the Never Never Land. We got on like go karts to ride down about a mile and a half to the movie theater. We in there watching pieces of the movie. Mike was telling Teddy where he wanted to go right here, and Mike got a red phone in the booth to the left. It was like the bat phone, but it was red and like a booth. It was lit up on that side, and there was another booth on the right side lit up. He had in the front he had popcorn and his own chocolate from Switzerland with his picture on him. Man, it was crazy. So I'm just sitting up there, all just looking around, and Mike was like, "Yeah, I want this scene to be like." And so that was one of the songs. But it was crazy.
My goodness.
That's cool, man.
My goodness. Do you think because we started off with this album saying that people were accusing Basic Black of being a clone of Guy? Do you think that was? Do you guys think you were different than Guy at the time, or were you trying to be like them, or what was Gene's?
It it it's kind of either or. Cause when we in Columbus, we was a local band just doing cover songs. But when Guy came out, then our original style was kind of like that New Jack Swing. So we didn't try to be like Guy. Gene had got a few demo tapes from a lot of people because he figured a Guy, and it been some tension in between them anyway when Guy was on tour. So when they played Columbus, Georgia, we opened up the show. And Gene was backstage, so when we started hitting, we played all the Teddy production. We played My Prerogative. We ain't played no Guy songs, we know we couldn't do that. We played My Prerogative and some more stuff Teddy produced. So next thing you know, we see heads peeking from from backstage. It was Gene and Teddy. So we figured we was doing something right. So at the end of the night, Gene was like, "Yeah, man, I need a band to come out on the road to play for today, and we like y'all sound." And being that Gene was from Columbus too, anyway, we didn't find out till later. When he came back about a month later, he took us over his mom's house and played some more songs for us. But it was kind of our style anyway. When we actually started producing our own original music, it was New Jack Swing was in then. So that's why. And then once Gene heard us after the split, he wanted us to go more after the gas sound with the harmonies and the leads. And
Okay. The I guess did you think the split? I mean, if the split didn't happen, did you guys have a choice to think let's go with Teddy or let's stay with Gene, or what was that opportunity when the split happened? Because
with
we're reading the
Gene,
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, Gene made it. he made sure that we knew that he had the money. He was like Teddy is crying at the airport in Chicago. He can't get home because I canceled all the credit cards, and
Wow.
I bought them 3 houses down here. He took us around looking at the 3 houses they had, Aaron, Teddy, and Damien house. So he let it make be known that the money was with him,
Wow.
and at that time Teddy was calling people that he knew were close to her, like tell him don't sign the Gene, tell him I got a situation getting ready to happen with MCA, you know, to tell him don't sign. But us being from Columbus and want to get out there, we stuck with Gene, you
Wow.
know.
Wow. Goodness.
And
But yeah, go ahead, Gene.
it must have been interesting. Like you had, what was that song? You had that incredible stuff that you did with Smooth Silk. You Are the Best,
Mm,
which was great. And it must have been also interesting because you did a track with The Party, All About Love, the remix. I think you
uh,
were involved with that. So what was it like working, because you would have been around Pharrell and Chad at that time. What was that?
Oh yeah,
What was that?
I remember Pharrell and Chad from the high school talent show. I was up there when Neptune first started. It was Chad Pharrell, Michael Etheridge, and it was another member that hardly came around. And man, I remember Chad coming in the studio at night with different instruments. I'm like, bro, how many instruments you play? He was like a little prince, man. Like he played
Yeah.
like 20 something instrument. One night he come in with the saxophone. Next night he come in with the guitar. The
Wow.
next night the trumpet. And, you know, like Chad. That was a beast.
Yeah, Levi Little said the same, that Chad would just come up with he bring instruments that no one has even heard of.
Yeah, you never know what he gonna come to the studio with.
But then who would you think was the better producer between Chad and Pharrell?
I'm a hands-on guy. So you know, if somebody asks me who is the better producer between Puffy, I'm gonna go with Timbaland because I'm a hands-on guy. I like to see hands on the beat machine, hands on the keyboard. So even though Pharrell my boy, I'm gonna go with Chad. You know,
Wow.
they asked me who was better between Quincy and Teddy. I go with Teddy. Because even though Quincy read music and was composed, he was a beast. I'm a hands-on guy.
Wow. So I guess there's Pharrell was more the visionary then.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't. I'm not taking credit from Pharrell. It was mostly his vision. Yeah,
Okay.
he can send you in a zone where you never thought that well, wow, I never heard that in a direction you never thought you'll go in.
Hmm.
So his thinking was like way beyond a lot of us up there.
And were you involved in any of the production or writing when the Neptunes, when they were a quartet, when there were 4 of them? So were you involved in that project? I think they did about 7 or 8 songs.
Probably for the production, it was all them, but every now and then Teddy will mix one or two of them or may add a little element, but no, I stayed out of Chad way. It wasn't it wasn't no reason to touch that, man.
Chad was good. He
Oh
knew what,
yeah,
yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
Tammy Lucas, we're reading the book, and we didn't get any mention from her in the book. What was her strengths from your point of view, Tammy?
I met Tammy when we first moved to New York. Tammy is a dope writer, dope vocalist. So that's who Gene first put us with. We brought Gene told me inspect, go to the house, do some tracks. We brought back a few tracks. Tammy laced a few of them. But we, our our chord structure and beat was on the Star Point song, like the chord change and everything, but Teddy redid it. Like he did. So he did us like that first. So when Gene took the cassette to Teddy, and it was a song on few songs on Star Point album that me and Spec had composed originally, but Teddy ended up redoing them, and Tammy wrote them.
Oh, the start point. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want you, you want me.
yeah,
Yeah,
and there was
brilliant.
another one on there too. That
Whatever
me and
it
Spec
takes. No, it's whatever something.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
My goodness. Teddy's doing his book. I mean, he's got out with his book, and he's doing a lot of promotion for it. If you were to, ask about your thoughts about Teddy, I mean, in some parts he has his issues with Chauncey and Blackstreet for how they took the name and things going forward. But from how do you if you look back at your time with Teddy, both GR, post GR, when you worked at Future and stuff, how do you look back at Teddy?
I wouldn't change a day of that for anything in the world, man. It was a big learning experience, man. And Ted, if it wasn't for Teddy, a lot of people wouldn't know who I was. So my recognition come mostly from Teddy Camp. So I wouldn't change none of that. Even though some of it was bad, I still, if I had to do it all over again, I'd go do it all over again. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I learned a lot from him. He learned a little bit from me. If you watch the Nam video, you could see he started to mention my name a little bit. Like they was asking him about something. He said, "Oh yeah, Mucho taught me how to time stretch on the." They were giving him a Kaya endorsement, so he started mentioning my name a little bit now, even on the Breakfast Club and the Vlad interview. I'm like, wow, 30 years later. No, but he was a beast, man. It was just it was like a pleasure sitting in the studio with him. Like I said in one interview, like when we moved to New York and we was invited to the studio, we expected to see like this probably a Gene Griffin looking guy, the thick mustache, sitting at the keyboard doing all, and we saw this little dude about what 5'6", 5'7", sitting behind all that equipment, and we were like, "What the?" He was like, "He doing it for real." Like, dang. So man, we went. It was crazy. It like dude is a beast.
Wow.
And that Starpoint track, it was Have You Got What It Takes?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Have you got what it takes? Yeah.
My
So
goodness. My
yeah,
goodness.
he dude a beast. But
Yeah.
I was thinking, Teddy. I noticed if he had somebody in the studio with him like me, it'll put the fire on him. So I don't think he lost it. I just don't think he had the right people around him.
Okay.
I stayed in B. I stayed in B studio. He was in A, and we had a C room. But people go home. I be in B. He be in A. You know, drinking coffee and stuff like that. He was like, "What you come up with?" I like, "I got this. What you come up with?" So he tried not to let me get the best in it. He listened to a song and with nothing. I turned around and asked him how you like it, and he gone out the door and he going to A room. He erased the idea he had and he started on another one. So it was like that with me and him.
Wow.
But, yeah, I figure I kept the fire under him. So yeah, if I did something hot, he gonna go in there and do something hotter.
What do you think happened when he started doing stuff like with David Miller, Not a Butter? It just felt like it in some ways that era of are you still there, Much? Oh, he's missed. Okay. Okay. Wow. I think he's gone. But salute condolences to Much's father. I need to ask him about that. Okay. Oh, so he's gone. Well, let me see if Stevie's watching. Oh, he's back.
Cut it
Okay.
off. Y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you slightly. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I got a phone call. I don't know how to put it on privacy.
Uh,
Did you all they mentioned did your father passed away recently? Mitch?
My father passed away when I was with Teddy in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
This was back in like
Okay.
96, 97. So that been a minute ago.
Okay.
Yeah. But I
Okay.
think you asked me about Nutter Butter.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know, he was coming up with he was released Not a Butter, released David Miller. Was it David Miller?
Yeah. Oh, it
yeah,
was
Little
it.
Man.
Teddy was supposed to release 3 acts a year on the Interscope. So you had a guy named Knowledge. He was Knowledge the Pirate. He had
Yeah, he was on Black
Twan.
Spirit.
Yeah, he had
Mm.
Twan was supposed to have an album and Chance. So everybody that was on the Blackstreet album was promised a record deal. So it was the first year was supposed to be Blackstreet, Neptune, and Nutter Butter. Uh, no, I think Rex and Effect didn't. I don't remember if Rex and Effect went to Interscope deal or not. And then the second year was going to be Chance, Knowledge the Pirate, and Twan. It's going to be 3 rap albums. And then the third year, after I started helping them with production, it was gonna be 911 Fifth Avenue. We had a girl group called Fifth Avenue
Oh yeah, yeah.
with Blue Cantrell them and Men of Vision. So he was supposed to do 3 acts a year on the Interscope. So Teddy, he told me, I like, why you didn't release the 911 app? He like, man, he said y'all was competition for Guy. I said, yeah, but we on your label. It was like I said, that's more money in your pocket. I said, we on your label. And he looked up in the sky like I didn't think of it like that. Like, how could you not?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That would have definitely would have been something if you guys had come out
Oh
had it
yeah.
been different.
Yeah, and Jimmy Iovine was requesting the 911 record too. He called when Teddy called when I came back up to do the in a magazine joint. He said, "Okay, 911 need one more up tempo." And I don't know if y'all heard this song because it was added to the list late. I did a song called "Can't Get Enough." It should be on the 911, the one they released something. And so I don't know if Teddy was trying to buy time, but I went back there. Like my manager flew me back to Atlanta because my equipment was still down there. We cut 911. We cut Can't Get Enough in a day. Flew back up the next day and handed it to him. And he was like, "Wow!" So, and that's the last thing we heard. So
Wow.
And you asked about Rex and Effect going over to Interscope to the Little Man label. They were
yeah,
linked to it for a little while, but
yeah,
I think Teddy made a mistake. He wanted to change their name to Anonymous, and
yeah.
that didn't work. They were on
Uh-uh.
one pen record, Rex and Effect as Anonymous, but Anonymous is a bad name for a group.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and I wonder if this is anything to do with Gene still getting paid from Rex and Effect, and maybe they wanted to.
Maybe.
Gene got paid from 911 too.
What?
Yeah, before we started recording, Gene had came up there acting like he wanted to men with Teddy, and he was telling Teddy stories like, I still got Daryl and Mucho on the contract, and but he was doing that behind our back. So
Oh,
then Teddy came and mentioned it like, man, we got to pay Gene out of y'all budget. I like, for what? He said, he said, Gene said he still got contracts on y'all. I said, no, he don't. So Teddy ended up like, I don't want no trouble. He ended up giving Gene some money out of our budget, and we was mad at that, bro.
when you look back at Gene, because I think Teddy's got in his book, and I haven't read that part yet. But how do you remember Gene Griffin?
Uh, my first impression of Gene was a gangster. Cause when we moved to New York, he picked us up in the big body BMW, and we sitting in the BMW the size of a limo to us, and he was dressed like a gangster. So he was talking to us, yeah, man, we gonna do this, and don't worry about that. I'm gonna put y'all up in the hotel for the night, and we end up staying in the hotel for about probably about 2 or 3 months, and so we heard all the stories about Gene, and so my first impression with him was kind of like a gangster, but once we got to know him, I'll be out there in a minute, Scotland. It's candy, you can't have none. Go to mommy, I'll be out there. Okay, I'm gonna bring it to you. Go outside for a minute. Oh, she gonna leave you? So my little bad baby. So yeah. So but once we got to know him, man, we pretty much realized it was, you know, kind of like the dirty manager is like that, but
I mean, I was
it,
thinking
it,
if you look when you remember him now, just throughout everything you've experienced, do you do you do you do you
I, I I
how do you
I don't
remember?
regret nothing that happened with Gene Griffin either. I sit back and think about that too because it put me in a better position,
Hmm.
you know. I could have sold the fellas out and stayed there and still got a lot of stuff and but nothing in my name and kept making money and new cars and stuff like that. But I chose the other road, so I wouldn't have changed nothing. It was a lot of good times with Gene too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Mucho, we appreciate you joining us and really dropping some gems and and the experience, and we will definitely have to get you back on so we can go through the 911 The Pressure album, even
Okay.
though it didn't get released officially. It is still a New Jack Swing fan collection gem, so we have to do that. So we will make sure we get you on when you have space and time and stuff. But
Okay.
yeah, but we
Yeah.
appreciate the fact that you could take time off this evening.
Yeah.
Just
One of my coworkers forwarded me the link, so I thought he sent me a record, and I didn't know it was a live
it's
feed until I
fine.
heard you
Nice.
say, "We got Mucho on it." I'm like, "Whoa!" I said, "This is live." So one of my
That's awesome.
coworkers, man, he a real big music guy. His name is Torrance. So I'm sending a shout out to him for sending me the
Shout out
link,
to
man. But
Torrance.
yeah,
Yeah, we
that was
appreciate
crazy,
that.
man.
Yeah, we
So he
appreciate it too.
yeah, I just had came back from Home Depot with my little son, so he sent me the link. I like wow, I was like nice, thanks guys. I thought it was a recording.
Yeah, no, it's Sunday evenings we go live. So no, but
Man,
definitely.
but anytime, man. If y'all I don't do WhatsApp much, but if y'all got I don't even know my WhatsApp tag. If y'all can find me on there, or if y'all need my cell phone number, I can email it to y'all anytime y'all need to
Okay.
get in touch with me, man. Cause I'm working on some new stuff. I remember I told you the last time I was working on some new
Yeah,
stuff.
because you were trying to do
But
stuff with 911 and stuff, but yeah.
oh no, I'm working on some new stuff for real this time. It's almost finished.
Wow.
So y'all will be the first to hear it. It's some grown folk stuff, but you go like the elements of it.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
definitely with you. We're
Well,
gonna
I guess
promote
as
that for
far
you.
as
Thank you for your insights, man. Thank you for your
uh,
insights and sharing your stories. And
Oh man, anytime, man.
me, you need to know, man. As a musician, you are the man. Like as a
Oh man, I appreciate it, man.
I have ears, and you are just on a different planet. Like all of those
thank
tracks we talked about, we touched up on a few of them.
Mm,
So many of them.
yeah.
man, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Andrew, you say something?
yeah, I was saying something. Just thanks for coming in. And as far as the new stuff is concerned, I'll just work it in there really quick. It's now or never. So we hope that we got
Nah, never.
new stuff
Hey, actually,
coming out.
that
Got
was
to work
my
it in.
favorite song I wrote. Timmy Arthur did the track,
Yeah.
and that one of the favorite songs I wrote. That was kind of like a real situation. It was
Ah.
easy to write. I was chasing a college girl over at Spelman at the time. Yeah, I told yeah.
Well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but on this podcast, we're actually counting down our top 10 tracks, our personal ones. And let me just say for real, like, yeah, that song, I had that song on loop yesterday
I
as I
appreciate
was
it.
shopping. So, I mean, I'm a big fan of that song. It really spoke to my heart. It's timeless.
Okay,
So,
appreciate it.
it's an honor to be able to tell the
Yeah,
writer, the very next day. What a wonderful
But
world we live
thank
in.
you, man.
yeah,
I'm glad
God
I'm
bless.
glad I can touch it.
yeah. But
Yes.
as I said, whenever you're ready to do stuff, just because I was waiting for what was the name of the first group you had?
I'm gonna tell you,
Ma-
blackmail.
Blackmail. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
ready for that, and I
You
was
know
ready
my
for.
was a guy who was kind of like my nephew. He was married to my niece. He actually died of COVID.
Oh.
So that threw me back. But one of the songs on the new project, he actually wrote, and it's a beast too. So I
Okay.
redid that one. Y'all are here. Y'all go ahead first.
Okay.
You, you
Okay.
know, um, I got to go through with it this time. I'm getting real old. But don't let the gray fool you. But yeah.
Oh goodness, man. Okay, Mucho, we appreciate it, but we'll definitely keep in touch when you're ready to release your stuff, and we'll build a platform to promote it for you as well.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I
uh,
appreciate y'all for having me.
Thanks for joining us, man.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you. See y'all later.
See ya.
All right.
Wow, guys. So,
What a nice
yeah,
surprise.
definitely. Stevie's going to join us in a bit because he's watching. So I think there's a connection issue, so he wasn't going to be able to come on. But man, what has made my day is that I am vindicated that I've always believed that Why You Get Funky on Me was a Teddy Riley track, and Mucho confirmed that Teddy did the track, and that Gene just had them redo it. Okay, Stevie, were you able to watch and listen in?
Yes, yeah, I heard all that. Don't worry.
Okay, and you heard the fact that Teddy produced Why You Get Funky on Me.
Yeah, I kind of knew that anyway. That's been like the best. It's been an open secret for years, that I think.
Yeah. Okay. Let us get back to our countdown because
Let's get on with his top 5.
Yeah.
Where are we now?
So we had
5,
number.
I think.
No, I did number 5. I had She's Mine.
Oh, I don't
at
think
number
anybody
5.
did anybody. I know I didn't do my
I
number
did
5.
Special Kind of
So
Fool, right?
Yeah. Okay, Stevie, what was your number 5?
then it's Stevie.
Number 5
Stevie, your
quickly
number
was
5?
She's Mine for me. The first. She's
Okay,
Oh.
that's what I had.
All right. And then we'll go. So we'll go a little bit faster. Then, for me, my number 5 actually is Special Kind of Fool, and I think that it's surprising because I will say a quick story though. I was playing it, and my fiance heard it, and I started slow dancing over there. But then I did the whole like arms apart balloon in between because it just feels like that kind of like a school dance floor, but also has like a timeless, almost always and forever like house party type vibe to it, you know. Great song, but at number 5.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I had that number 4 for me is Special Kind of Fool, and I made a video for it, and I got different videos of couples having their first dance, and there's one video that's, if anyone searches Special Kind of Fool on Halftone Chat, of this woman in tears with her first dance with her husband, with her new husband, and he's wiping up her tears as they're singing it, and it just captures the song, that sense of I'm gonna go all out for you. And it's interesting that Mucho and the guys didn't like it because it did seem very old and dated, but it resonated with the community really well, and it still does right now. So it is a special song, but quite different from most R&B songs from that time frame. All right, VJ, what's number 4 for you?
Number 4 for me was a single, Nothing But a Party.
Oh, wow.
This guy, I don't know if you can see that. Nothing But a Party. Look at that artwork.
I don't
like
get the suits, man. I don't get the clothing.
Oh, I like it.
I mean, think about this. Jodeci came out around this time. Look what they're wearing.
About a year later,
Well, okay.
but like a year is a long time in the New Jack era.
you don't want to look like fireman, do you? You know?
Yeah,
It's not looking like fireman, like
the
that
styling.
first Jodeci video.
Yeah, the styling, I just didn't get it. But anyway.
So I was going to say it samples Lynn Collins' Think About It from 1972, remixed by Timmy Regisford. The interesting thing about that particular song is you've got background vocals from the lead vocalist of Highland Place Mobsters, which I think Stevie mentioned at the beginning, also in a group called Glasswork. And I just wanted to say it's a brilliant up-tempo. And I just wanted to say, Deezo, man. I wish this world really understood this boy's talent because his vocals on this, absolute killer. So good. Yeah, that's my number 4.
Okay, Stevie, number 4.
Nothing But a Party, number 4,
yes.
Yeah? I didn't quite catch it. Just didn't quite catch it.
Yes.
Nothing But a Party, number 4. Any of my top 5 could be number 1, to be quite honest. The position in this top 5, they're that good. It's classic. We're talking about classic material here. Incredible 12-inch mix as well, dub mix. Just everything about this is perfection. On another day, it could be number one. And you know, if someone's picked this at number one, I can't argue with you really. But it's at number. I've just put it number 4. I don't know why. It's just there at number 4.
Yeah,
Mr. What's your number?
And Andrew.
My number 4, when I first heard it, I was like, this is Prince meets the Gap Band. And when I heard the beat, I was thinking that shoot-up-doo, boom, 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 shoot-up-doo from If I Was Your Girlfriend. Man, that was not even intended. But It's a Man's Thing is number 4. It was completely different. I was like, this song is just, I wouldn't expect. It's a man.
Wow.
It's like, I gotta say though, I could totally see. Like, I thought to myself, he's saying "man" a lot, and like, I think if the song had blown up, it could have turned into "It's Raining Men." Like, you just hear it at gay clubs everywhere. It's a man. Anyway, but let me chill now. Let me chill. But also that it's my prerogative. I kept wanting to say that towards the end too, because it's like it's towards the end. And I actually thought to myself, maybe this song was made for Bobby, because this song is basically like, I'm a dog and that's what we do. So don't trip about this lipstick on my shorts or whatever he says. Like, it's a man's thing. That's what we do. It has the same like attitude, that unapologetic attitude that My Prerogative did. It's just, it was different. And again, Prince meets Charlie Wilson. It was, I was like, I like this one. So, and a single all the way. Like jingle all the way, single all the way.
Yeah. But he just revealed that Teddy produced the track.
Yes.
And they had to rewrite it because he took the files. So that's a massive, that's a very funky, and so that's a Teddy track. So it wouldn't make sense that it does sound like My Prerogative and have that.
Yes.
But it was very funky.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So,
that's amazing. Number 3 for me is oh goodness, I loved his vocals on this. The video was a little. The video was great. Oh goodness, I love this song, and it could easily have been my number 1. But whatever it takes, to me, it's a very emotional song. Seeing the way Dizzo delivers it, and then the talk box. And I'm sure that's Mucho doing that. I could have asked him, but he's doing the talk box. I'll do whatever it takes. Because I thought Mucho did a lot of the Mary J. My Love remix of the What's the 411 remix. Mucho did a lot of production alongside Teddy on that. So, but this was whatever it takes. I loved how Deuce is almost becomes emotional when he's singing it. I can't even sing it to like Duzo, but whatever it takes at number 3.
My number 3 samples James Brown, Funky President, People It's Bad from 1974. There was a very pricey white label of this knocking about back in the day. It was really hard to get hold of. It was reissued in 2024. This particular copy was given to me by Stevie when I saw him after many, many years. And Stevie's a very kind and generous man. So he gave me this copy. It is incredible. It is Don't Make Me Fall in Love. And I just wanted to say it's a stunning slice of New Jack Swing. It should 100% have been a single. And I think it could have done with a full release. And it has all of the components, in my opinion, of a perfect New Jack Swing track. And for me, it's a Mucho and Timmy Arthur RT masterclass. Absolutely stunning. This could have been my number 1 on another day, easily. I love this song.
Okay. What song was that?
Don't Make Me Fall in Love.
Don't Make Me Fall in Love. Okay. Stevie, what's number 3 for you?
That reminds me, actually, I was in London yesterday and I had to attend a family party. And before I got to the event, I went in Notting Hill Video Music Exchange, and I did find one very obscure New Jack Swing record, which I already had, but I couldn't leave it because I know my friend VJ would definitely want it. So I've got it for next time I see him. It'll be in his hand. Anyway, let's get to number. Let's get whatever it takes. Fantastic. Again, another killer track. Incredible 12-inch remix with a dub mix on it. Again, it could have been number one. It's just a number. Where do you put Nothing But a Party and Whatever It Takes? It's impossible. So whatever it takes is in my top 3. What a great song. Great song as well.
Yeah, definitely is. Definitely is. Andrew, number 3.
Number 3 was a song I remember hearing on loop, actually. In Atlantic Canada, we had these things called Ghana nights. So the whole Ghanaian community would get with the university and play Ghanaian music, eat Ghanaian food. But then the DJ was actually mixing in some contemporary New Jack Swing, which was amazing. And one of these songs was this one. And it happened to be Nothing But a Party. Now, I will say that in hindsight, when I listened to the song and he says, like, you know, when you hear this new Jack beat, you know, and this new Jack sounds unique, I was like, man, like in my head, I was like, they're really just trying to like grab and own this. Like, it's almost a little too blatant. It's like, you know, just kind of product placement. Like, it's just a little, but now it's kind of like, you know what, the pie is big enough for everybody. And it's a great song. And it absolutely needs to be part of any New Jack Party playlist for sure. So at number 3, definitely top 3. That's an honor in my mind. It is absolutely Nothing But a Party, because the party ain't over.
Definitely. Okay. Number 2 for me is, I would say that this is my favorite song from the album, but it's not going to be at number 1 because number 1 is probably one of my favorite all-time songs. So it's strange. If sentimentally, number 1 is number 1, but this track is a song that I loved so much that I actually used it as my end credits of all my interviews until they went and got the copyright, and YouTube said, hey, no, this song has been owned by somebody else. And it's look at this, I forgot it's take it off here. Don't Make Me Fall in Love.
Okay.
It is such just the Don't Make Me Fall in Love. It is, and then the chorus, the production, the way Diesel is singing it, the progression and everything. I just loved the track, and yeah, but it was a hard. I think I already had number 1 from the start, but this was as high as I could put it. 5.5 minutes, and it could have been 6.5 minutes or 10 minutes, and I would have just enjoyed it. You know, some of my favorite songs, I think of Janet Jackson's "All Right." I was going to say extended mix, but the album version is 6.5 minutes, and it doesn't sound like it's any. It could be even longer. Or One More Chance on the Barbie album is 6 minutes and 30 seconds. It feels like it even going on an extra minute and a half. And Don't Make Me Fall in Love, 2.5 minutes, 5.5 minutes. Loved it. At number 2.
Solid.
My number 2, I'm just going to show you 2 copies of it before I say what I've got to say. So this was the release copy. This is the one with Eddie F and Novell and Pete Rock remix. This was on Got Records, and I'm convinced that Teddy is actually on this record. Like, if you listen to the production on this, I'm pretty sure, because Teddy worked on another record called I Want You by Billy Alexander Davis, and he's all over that. Credit as a Gene Griffin production, etc. Similar kind of setup. Just wanted to share that. So my number 2 is obviously She's Mine. It uses 3 samples. As I mentioned earlier, Johnny Gill, Rub You the Right Way, JG Classic, Lynn Collins, Mama Feel Good, and Funk Inc.'s Cool Is Back. And this is the cool thing about this song. It's sampled in Pete Rock and CL Smooth, the creator. So She's Mine is sampled in Pete Rock and CL Smooth, the creator. That blew my mind. It's also sampled in Heavy D and the Boys, Don't Curse. That blew my mind. Obviously, stuff that you would maybe know, background vocals by Zan and Deezo and Timmy Arthur. This song was written by Deezo, written by Basic Black and Gene Griffin. I know Namdi's smiling deeply inside his inner being when I say that. And produced by Griffin Entertainment Group and remixed by the Untouchables. And obviously, as you know, rapped by Pete Rock and Seal Smooth. She's Mine could easily have been a #1 song. And that Untouchables flavor just brings it up.
Yeah, I can hear Novelle's I can hear Novelle's little subtleties there.
Incredible.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it could only make it to #2, but a very, very strong #2 it is.
I just before Stevie comes in, I just realized that "Don't Make Me Fall in Love," I think it samples Teddy's remix of Jane Child's "I Don't Want to Fall in Love." You know that part where it says, "You know you want me." There's a lady that says there's a part right there that feels as if they listened to that Jane Child "I Don't Want to Fall in Love" and took elements of what Teddy did there.
Out you, babe.
Were you trying to sing it, Stevie? Yeah, and unless you guys, and I listened to it, and I remember that part where there's a lady that says, "You know you want me," or something like that, and it was he was going in and out. Yeah,
Want to know you want me. Kind of lost
you're back
connection
in now. Okay, yeah, but there's a part in there. So I guess if you listen to those two songs, you might see the similarity. Yeah. All right, Stevie, go ahead.
I think my #2, I think it is the best song on the album. In fact, I think it's the best. I just think the only issue, you just got to be in the right mood to listen to it. There was, I'd say, most soul collectors, if they compiled the top 50 that year, this would have easily been in the top 50, top 25, top 10. It's one of the deepest soul tracks of that era, of that time. It kills me, absolves me. It should be my #1, but like you say, you really have to be in a mood. It's that deep, this song. Special Kind of Fool makes my #2.
Nice.
It kills me. It's it's a #1 record. It's a #2. I'm sorry. But what a record! Oh my god.
Solid.
It's the best song on the album by a mile, by a country mile. You know, no arguments or debates. It's the best song. Zan, big up to Zan who wrote it as well.
Yeah, and we know that Zan does seem to has an idea of what we're doing here. So yeah, go ahead, Knight. What's your #2?
So this song was previously my #5, and I am very grateful to VJ for letting me change my order on Saturday afternoon Pacific time, which would have been the evening at his time. But he was gracious enough to let me do it. And had I not done it, I would have regretted it even more so based on the events of today. But that said, I'll never sing like Diesel, and I won't even try. But the backgrounds to this song kind of go a little bit like something like, it's either now or never, baby. Give it a chance. A little romance, babe. Anyways, I love Now or Never. It's skyrocketed from #5 to #2 when it just hit me. And the way I would have changed the song was I would have had, like, towards the end, fade out the music and just have it be their vocals a cappella, like him singing, maybe a little echoey, a little reverb, and then just end the song that way, because otherwise it ends kind of on a boring note. But I think the message of the song, the music, the horns, it's very Guy, and it's just like, it just felt so like on that same level of like a Piece of My Love, or even a little bit of I like that, the same. Anyways, it's very New Jack. It's very New Jack balladry. So Now or Never is my #2.
And I think just because Mucha now says that Teddy did a lot of tracks and they had to reproduce them, I wonder how much it would have been that could have been one of them, because it does sound like something that Teddy took forward or something. Yeah, but anyway, all right. Let me recount. So at number 10, "Stupid" makes sense. Teddy produced it, and then they redid it. I'm surprised he got the credit on that because Gene probably needed to. Yeah. "Now or Never," I had it at number 9 just because I just love the up tempos. Um, "Baby Can We Talk" at number 8. I had Give Your Love to Me at 7. "It's a Man Thing" at number 6. "She's Mine" at number 5. "Special Kind of Fool" at number 4. "Wherever It Takes" at number 3. "Don't Make Me Fall in Love" at number 2. And number 1, as I said, I've I've had this song in my collection of, like, when I have a playlist, it's always in there. It's a song that I think is probably one of my favorite New Jack Swing songs. It is a song that I've remembered when I can still remember when I first heard it in 1991 or 90, and it still sounds as fresh. And "Nothing But a Party" is, to me, um, I don't know if there's a New Jack song that I prefer better than this.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
I prefer
What a
to what's the song that Big Bob did with Tammy? Here's Something. "I Like Your
I
Style."
like your
I
style.
love that track, but but this to me is just so, even the rap that comes in, the it's like groove me in a way, because you party people, I can just feel it, and I can feel the excitement of the yeah. It is. I'm like, damn it. I just wish they got their dues, and really, if this was their first single, and everything piggybacked off of this, it would have been so much different. So "Nothing But a Party," as I said, my favorite New Jack track out there at
Wow,
number 1.
wow, that's a bold sentence, man.
It is.
God, man.
It is
You're putting
definitely
it
is my
right up
favorite.
there, aren't you?
I
like
mean,
it. I like
this is the song that, as I said to me, that I've from the first time I've heard it, it still sounds exactly the same, and it's always on my party playlist. I've always got to put it there.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
My number 10, "Stupid." Number 9, "It's a Man Thing." Apparently, they're the 2 tracks that Teddy Riley were redone with Teddy, so that's very interesting. Number 8, "Now or Never." Number 7, "Give Your Love to Me." Number 6, "Baby Can We Talk." Number 5, "Special Kind of Fool." Number 4, "Nothing But a Party." Number 3, "Don't Make Me Fall in Love." Number 2, "She's Mine." That leaves only one song. It's sampled in 3 songs: Bobby Bird's "I Know You Got Soul" in 1971, George Clinton's "Atomic Dog" from 1982, and the classic from 1989 from Digital Underground, "Humpty Dance." This is obviously "Whatever It Takes." I love this song. I wanted to show you this artwork here for this cassette. This is what "Whatever It Takes" cassette is. And there's an interesting bit of information on the back of this, which I haven't seen
Nice.
anywhere else. It says "Additional overdubs by the Characters for Characters Productions." That's on this song, "Whatever It Takes." We know that the Characters were on the second album, but I didn't know they were involved on this album. So this is an actual credit for the Characters on that. And I also wanted to say, this is the perfect New Jack track with vocoder, production, catchy hook, insane vocals. There's no reason why this shouldn't have been a much, much bigger song. Whatever It Takes, it hits you from the word go. And yeah, it's brilliant. I love it. That's my number
awesome.
1.
Awesome track. Awesome.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll do whatever it takes. Yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, Stevie.
Right, I'll go with my honourable mentions. There wasn't any. There's only 10 tracks. So, number 10 was "Stupid." Number 9 was "It's a Man's Thing," which could have been, that's the sleeper track on this album, really, isn't it? It should be a lot higher. It's different, as we've learned tonight from this podcast. That's it's a different kind of track. Number 8, "Now or Never." Number 7, "Give Your Love to Me." Number 6, "Baby Can We Talk." Number 5, why is "She's Mine" at number 5? buys nothing but a pie at number 4, but it takes at number 3. Well, I know I expect Kind of Fools at number 2, even though it should have been at number 1. But my number 1, I don't know. For the last couple of years, I've just played this track over and over and over again. I'm not even saying it's the best track on the album. It's just that I just play it over. I love what Diesel does with his ad-libs towards the end of the track. And it's like he's talking to the girl, but he's singing to her. And it's very personal what he's saying. And it just drives me insane. And I thought, at first I was going to put this at number 4. I was going to put Special Kind of Fool at number 1. And then I thought, this is the track I just play over and over again, probably because the singles I've heard millions of times before. But I've gone with Don't Make Me Fall in Love at number 1. I just love the track. I just absolutely play it over and over and over again. So I let you know you're coming, guys, but it's ended up at number 1.
Yeah, I don't think it's left field. As I said, I had it at number 2, but
dig out another bit of it as well. I might dig out enough to be able to send you guys. Not that they did. I did some re-editing with a friend many years ago. I'm sure we did something with this track, something different. I'll have to dig it out though, if I can find it.
Yeah, I mean it has so many elements to it. Yeah, it had so many elements to it. It's that it's just such a it has so many elements to it. Anyway, and Andrew.
All right, I know we were going a little bit over, but we went over for a good reason. My number 10, Stupid. Number 9, Give Your Love to Me. Number 8, Baby Can You Talk. Number 7, She's Mine. Number 6, Don't Make Me Fall in Love. Number 5, Special Kind of Fool. Number 4, It's a Man Thing. Number 3, Nothing But a Party. Number 2, Now or Never. And yeah, I would agree with everything that VJ said about this song. It's been my favorite Basic Black song since 8th grade. 8th grade. And it's a perfect New Jack Swing song, whether it's vocoder, whether it's just the tempo, I'll give you everything you want, I think, and everything you don't, or something like that. Like, it's just a drop of a dime. I mean, Diesel's vocals soar on this track. So whatever it takes is absolutely my number 1. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And I knew from the moment we talked about this album, I knew that was number 1 just from the jump. So it's there. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good video. You see them doing their dancing in like a beach, like a pool party and stuff. Okay, it's okay. Everyone went quiet. Yeah, remember that they did that? Yeah, and they did a video for that, so that's good as well. Yes. Okay. DL1
We've got a massive list there as well.
Yeah. But DL1 was asking, would this album have been different if it had more slow jams? I don't think so. I think, yeah.
I think these things are always down to marketing. How was it marketed?
Yeah.
Like, and we've even talked about the album artwork and some of the artwork on these singles. It's they could have done a lot with this. Mark done it in the right way, I think.
Yeah. I mean, look at them. This is
so.
Yeah.
No, and would Basic Black be on the Unk or YN spectrum? I think they're right in the middle. They're right in the middle, but you're so right, because I had Today on the Unk spectrum. That's why I wasn't really into them. But Basic Black, because their songs were so like up tempo, right? I felt like they were less unky, and because his voice was more Aaron and less Luther, right? Like, I think Big Bub's voice has a bit more of a Luther texture to it, whereas why am I tripping? Dieso's voice has more of an Aaron vibe. I just felt like, I mean, they're moving towards Unk, but it's like they're not full on Unk. So I can't believe you remember that, dude. Sorry, that killed me. They're right in the middle. They're right in the middle. All right.
Okay, VJ.
Okay, I'll go through the final list, but just before I do that, I just wanted to say it would be remiss of us not to share this logo for this particular podcast. You see that? That's the Sound of New York logo. That is the one. That was Gene Griffin's label, and he had a lot of acts come through that label. That was the one. Shout outs to Brandon, Mandeep, Kev the Chef, everybody else that sent in lists for this. So the final list was number 10, Stupid. Number 9, Give Your Love to Me. Number 8, It's a Man Thing. Number 7, Now or Never. Number 6, Can We Talk? Baby, Can We Talk? Number 5, Special Kind of Fool. Number 4, Don't Make Me Fall in Love. Number 3, She's Mine. Number 2, Nothing But a Party. So number 1 is Whatever It Takes.
Wow.
Me and Andrew, what's up?
You win the podcast. You won the podcast.
We won the podcast today, yeah.
Okay. So we've 2.5 hours. So we went over, but we have to thank. Unfortunately, Idris had tried to get on, but I think he was having technical issues trying to log in. We're fortunate Mucho did not realize this was a live stream, and he was just watching, and he came on and dropped some massive gems for anyone tuning in about what songs Teddy did on the Basic Black album, and actually some other stuff he did. And so it's worth rewatching just to hear what Mucho had to say. We appreciate everyone. In 2 weeks' time, we're going to review Teddy's book. By that time, all 4 of us would have finished reading it. I know right now VJ is the only one who's finished reading it. So we will go into that book. And the fact that Teddy has just had to issue a 2.5-minute apology to Keith Sweat is an interesting dynamic. And I'm just seeing people commenting on the apology. And Teddy did want everyone to see it, and because I think it has ruffled some feathers. So there's a lot in the book that we're going to unpick. Hopefully that doesn't ruffle too many feathers, but it will be as we won't spoil stuff, but we'll also try and be as fair and objective as possible. So that will be in 2 weeks' time. And then at the end of the month,
the book, folks. Get the book the next 2 weeks and get reading it, and then join us on the podcast review.
And then yes, we're going to end the month off with New Jack City soundtrack, which in the midst of everything that we're doing, Teddy talks about it in his book, the whole New Jack City soundtrack, probably one of the best out there historically. But it has been great. I appreciate everyone for joining in. Sorry that we kept you longer than normal, and we'll definitely catch you in a few weeks' time. So we bid you farewell, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind of.
And somewhere in between.
Or even loving us, on which I did miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for me, but just for me,
No. Okay.
They don't understand what Joseph Boyd winning all play it.
These guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all